a
If
moment.
anyone's into metal music, there's a band called Bloody Wood, and I've been binging their album today.
And we're live. Hello, Internet. We're a little bit late, but still.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't tell you
Oh,
this
yeah.
till everyone hear this, but the title for today is Living in a Post-Vine Dungeon. Thanks to
Sad, sad world.
Huh?
I said it's a sad, sad
Yeah.
world. The death
Thanks.
of Vine.
Thanks to Zangetsu for fixing my pun.
Well,
I feel like we're about to get stuck in like a clock tower now, thanks to that.
I'm just surprised our session hasn't lasted 7 seconds.
The road work. It's actually not going to work.
Also, we're just a little bit late, but that's because I wanted to make sure everything was redone slightly. So let's do the alerts to everyone that we're live.
Did you post the thingy?
I have not.
My thingy says Antelaris is spinning more tales with Tales of Berseria.
Really?
Yep.
Did I
Yeah,
not
we're
hit
still on
done?
Berseria on my end.
Okay, I fixed it. Done.
The checklist has failed.
It's all failed.
It's all
Abandon
downhill from here.
I'm going
We're
to.
all dying tonight, guys. I can feel it.
We had a good run. It's been, what, 3 sessions?
DEFCON 1.
We're near the ocean, I think, so I feel like Titanic could happen. It would be a creative way.
Remind me after the session to add click done to my checklist. Sorry,
We put all
everyone.
manners of preparation in all methods of consistency, and we've still failed.
Nope, I still failed, which is consistent with me. So
Well, I was going to be the one who, shoulder some of the burden with you, but no, you actually are the liability. I'm sorry.
Yeah, gosh, get it together. I didn't even remember. Come on.
all right, fine. I'll stop goofing around. That's serious ant from here on.
Get your shit together.
I'll see. I'll believe that when I see it.
Living in a post-vine dungeon. Not Provos. D&D session 23 begins.
Now.
Dun, dun, dun.
How do you spell Twitch again? Oh, that's how it. Listen, I have a lot of stuff to do when it comes to this. Okay, there we go. Posted
The
in.
proverbial SD card's getting full, apparently.
Where did you post it at?
I posted it in announcements. Sorry. I'm also going to post it in here since I copied and pasted in our discussion. Alright, and let's do this
Billing.
everywhere else. It's getting a little bit cold in here. I should probably turn the air conditioning off.
It's getting cold in here. Let's put on more layers.
Okay.
Put on all your clothes.
It's like the reverse TOS problem.
I'm gonna put all my clothes on.
I don't know why that actually got me.
If you ever want to be like horrifically disturbed, they made a Kids Bop version of that song.
What?
Yeah,
What are the lyrics?
the
They
the
make Kids
take
Bop
off all your clothes one.
songs
Yeah,
of too
I know,
many.
but what are the Kids Bop lyrics?
They're real lyrics.
They didn't
You
change
just
them?
hear
They did
kids
not
saying that
change a
shit.
damn
They
thing.
didn't
No, I don't
change
need that in my life.
They did not change a damn thing.
Don't they usually change the lyrics?
Normally they make it a little cleaner, yeah.
That's so funny.
What the hell?
I think that's a
I'm
quick way to get put
definitely-
on a watch list.
That's the
so-
only note that I'm gonna take for this whole session. Look up Kids Bob version.
Kids Bop hot in here.
That's
That's gonna be on so many watch lists immediately
Yeah.
after you hit enter.
Hello, NSA.
Yeah, that's the only note I'm taking for the entire session.
Yeah, the stream is already flagged.
Hey, we got an audience now.
We've been taken off.
Because they're forced to
When
watch
the
because
FBI is watching us.
they're on a watch. list.
Apparently, they redid Anaconda by Nicki Minaj too.
Did they change the lyrics in that one?
I
They-
did hear that
they,
one.
They altered it to make it about big smarts, not big butts.
Oh,
Oh my
I mean, at least they
goodness.
changed the lyrics.
Okay,
at
yeah.
least.
I can't believe you didn't change the lyrics here.
I still think that the red poetry version of that is the best.
Which one, Anaconda?
Yeah, oh my god, have you never heard it? It's brilliant. It's like this guy that like sounds like he should be narrating things for a living, right? And he just like reads out song lyrics and stuff in
That
like the most like dramatic poetry voice you've ever heard in your life. So it's like, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
sounds
Okay, JK, I'm gonna write 2 notes for the entire session.
that sounds almost.
My notes literally are session 20, part 2, Torque likes cheese. Session 22, fighting vines. That's all.
Mine was fight vines,
That's it.
all rolled and landed initiatives above 20, and that's it.
Ah,
Okay, just making sure that
did
it's not
that
going too high.
didn't do me any well that last session, that's for sure.
Okay. I'm done with all my alerts.
Oh yeah, I got a shell. That's right. Right.
Alright. Ah, man. Yeah, we know we're late. That's on me because I had to do some stuff to make sure things look better.
We're all feeling very pretty tonight.
I saw that, Scott. So one thing that I've been doing, like recently, is I got the pro version of Touch Portal, which is a app that allows you to have a, what's it called? The button thing that the streamers use.
Oh yeah.
Stream Deck?
Stream Deck, that's it, yeah. But it's on your phone. But the thing about it is that literally you don't get you have to actually literally program it using a user interface programming. So I've got to select if-then statements and stuff like that. And I've got to do that for every single button.
That is tedious.
It is,
Yay.
which is basically why I haven't started using it yet.
Bringing back my nightmares of college.
Speaking of college nightmares, apparently the grocery store is out of chicken ramen.
How?
Because it's chicken
Thank you.
ramen.
I guess that makes sense.
It's not uncommon for that to be the flavor they're out of.
But the only good kind.
Me sitting over here
I like beef.
Also-
waiting for the beef ramen.
I would say
support.
I'll go to beef if they don't have chicken.
Yeah, beef.
Oriental's not bad too.
Oriental's okay. I don't mind that one either.
Have y'all ever had the pork one?
Yes, it's actually not
I've-
bad as well.
I've had almost all of them.
Anyone remember the spicy pork?
Yes.
It's the one my roommate gets all the time.
I remember them having, it was like some sort of spicy shrimp. I can't remember what it was.
They did have a shrimp. That was the pink package, I remember.
Yeah, but they had like a chipotle shrimp or something weird like that for a little while.
I wouldn't really know because I don't like the shrimp. I don't really like seafood, so those are the ones that I avoided.
I saved you the trouble of having to search for it, Tori.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said thank you earlier. I didn't put any context to my thank you, but that's what it was for.
You're welcome. That's the exact one, too. We used to play this to get people out of the bar at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Incognito?
Like, we got time to leave.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Unless you like Nicki Minaj.
Can't go incognito. It's against the law.
All right.
Is everyone ready?
Sounds like it.
All right,
So-
give me 1 second. I
Go
need to
for it.
do one thing to make sure you're not
God damn
pixelated
it,
as hell.
and why is it always you?
Because I'm the one controlling the stream. I don't want him to look like he's a piece of pixel.
Why
All right, you can go now.
That's about how I feel, so let's be accurate. So
Thank you.
we recap.
You did not have to open an incognito. You could have done it, for real. That's honestly weak. I'm putting that on my normal search history. Like,
Look at this degeneracy, Google.
I mean, yeah, at the point.
All right.
Yeah, so last recapping, you guys had recently discovered a massive chasm city that seems to have been way older than any of the surrounding townships or villages, and it seems to be spawning out some really creepy monsters. And you guys came here to investigate, finding a really creepy monster that was full of tentacles and a bunch of malformed goblins all put together, and they had a master that they were serving here that they didn't want you to come and discover, but you guys came anyways, and trekked into this ancient cliffside city, essentially. Upon going in, you saw some evidence of it being some sort of ancient civilization's city from a long time back, and you guys, as you guys were investigating, you guys ran into a bunch of creepy alive vines that tried to kill all of you, assassin vines, and they almost succeeded to a couple of you. It was a hard-fought battle, but you guys did succeed, and you guys are currently now in that room, partway into the cliff face itself, with plenty more to discover. You're currently in a room that has the door that originally was being investigated, another door to the north, and then the hallway continues down to the south. And you guys decided you guys wanted to attempt a long rest in this room, correct?
yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That was general consensus, yeah.
All right. So, who's taking first watch?
Not Kale.
I'll do it.
All
I was
right.
gonna say I'll do it. I'm not that hurt.
Before we
I'm
do that, I
kinda
have to make one
But
comment.
not terribly.
It took me way too long to realize I was in the bottom right corner of that screen the whole time. I promise it's not out of vanity or anything like that. It's just the thing that Discord does. I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. Anyway.
Oh, well.
You had to get your moment to shine. Bubble
Yeah.
work to do for the screen. You know, you just gotta put yourself in there.
So we've got Retribution and Merrick staying up for first watch then, correct?
See.
Alright. So you guys can roll separate perception checks, or one of you can roll at advantage.
My perception's not good, so
I got a +6.
yeah, mine's just a 2.
I'll take the advantage then.
Okay.
That is going to be a 22.
22. People settle in, try to find comfortable parts. You have to like move away some of the vines. You have to get down to the floor, and once you're able to actually get down to an area of the floor that's not covered and now strewn about vines, it's a very well-made marble floor that just has unfortunately taken the effect of years of deterioration. But it's at one point probably was beautiful. Everyone settles in, gets ready, lays down, starts to go to sleep or rest or whatever they're doing for these 8 hours. And you both start kind of moving around, sticking together, just helping each other out. And as about a half hour as you're kind of doing kind of a perimeter, walking around the room, checking things out, making sure nothing's happening, you hear something odd come from the door that Shauna was investigating originally. It's just a slight, as you pass by, you hear a little something. It shifts and then settles. It sounds like some sort of object just beyond the door.
So do we open it?
I will approach the door and give it a more focused listen.
Go for it. That'll just be a single roll for you. But...
All right. That is going to be a dirty 20.
You press your ear against the door, cover your other ear, just make sure you not get any ambient noise. You listen. See to be any more movement.
I want to open it, but at the same time, I don't want to open it.
Well, I mean, if you just don't want to open it, I'll do it.
He'll just
Or-
look at Retribution and kind of shrug.
I'm gonna open it.
All right. With the vines
Stepping
not there,
back.
it's tough just because of age of the hinges, but you're plenty strong and you're able to just. And it's a
Yeah, peek my head in.
slight grind. You get it open just
I'm not
enough.
gonna open it all the way.
You look inside and it's pretty dark. You have dark vision, correct?
No, but I have my lantern.
Okay, so you shine your lantern into the room and the light kind of pierces in. You're not able to see all the way to the left, but what you do see from where your light shines in is it's a probably a good 10-foot back room, and it seems to be filled with boxes, large, small, wooden. Some of them are broken apart. There's shattered pieces of some wood on the ground, and you see on top of one of the boxes is a dusty, rusted slightly looking chest that has a large padlock on it that doesn't have any kind of mechanism for that you can see it opening. There's no keyhole, there's no like dial, no, it's just a padlock that's there on the chest itself. And then the rest of these wooden boxes that are just kind of strewn about the room.
We check
I don't-
out the chest,
I
or
don't-
should we
I
close the
don't-
door?
I don't trust that chest.
Okay, I'll just close the door.
All right, so you're gonna
Yeah.
close the door. All right. Do you guys do anything else specifically for your watch, or just finish out your watch?
Let's finish it out.
I'm looking through my items quick to see if I have any way to keep that door locked.
I'll stand in front of it.
I have nothing.
All right.
I'll stand
So-
in front of it.
Who do you guys pick for the next watch?
I'll wake up Torque.
Torque and Shioran then?
Did you make your hammock up above? I'll poke you with my sword.
Yeah, I would have tried to weave a kind of loose hammock from the ceiling vines. Yeah,
All right.
Make
then
a-
I'll poke
Make
you
a
with my
survival
sword.
check.
sure thing. 13 on the die plus 4. That is a 17.
17. Yeah, you're able to get one set up. I mean, for most people, it would not be very comfortable, but for what you're used to, it's pretty decent. But yeah, you get woken up. So yeah, the two of you can make separate perception rolls or one at advantage.
What's your perception, Shioran?
Mine is 13.
A plus 13 to your perception?
I'm sorry. No. That's
Say, wow.
That was passive
Bjorn
perception.
is so perceptive.
That was passive perception. Sorry, where did my mouse go?
Okay, I got a plus 4 on perception, so I kind of think maybe both of us do independent.
Yeah, I have a plus 3.
Go for it.
Alright. Let's go with this die. 13. So I literally
18.
have a 13.
Okay. Sharon, you're over by one of the archways, kind of looking out in the hallway, making sure there's nothing coming down. Very quiet in here. Torque, as you are on the opposite side, near that same door, you hear a soft, like, kind of like something shifts.
Just a note, 1 second. While I do usually sleep, I don't actually have to, so I will.
Okay. So what are you gonna be doing?
Well, I'm just gonna sit in front of that door.
Okay.
And just like be in my inactive state.
All right. So yeah, you pass by Retribution, who's sitting in front of the door. And are you aware when you're in this state, Retribution?
Yeah, I can hear and stuff. I just.
Okay. And what's your passive?
My passive is not very high. Yeah, it's only 12.
Okay. So you don't notice it, and just kind of like you're spacing out as you're kind of sitting there. But Torque, you hear it as you pass by, and at first you kind of like look and you think maybe Retribution moved, but she hasn't. She's in the same position she's been since she sat down. But you swear you heard a kind of a shift from behind in that direction of the door.
Okay. At that then, I'll kind of lizard crawl over along the floor towards the door and just kind of tilt my head at it a couple of times, see if I can hear it again.
Make another perception check. Retribution,
Me
you
just
now
sitting
have
there- me
Orc
just
just
sitting
crawl
there
at you.
with him just like tilting his head. I'm like, okay. I'll just ignore him.
17 this time.
17. You don't hear anything more.
Alright.
Would I be familiar that Rhett is kind of aware when they sleep-ish?
No, probably not. They usually sleep normal
Okay.
because they enjoy it.
Okay. And I'm still getting the heebie-jeebies out of this place, right?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Like the watched feeling.
Still, yeah, you're all still having that feeling like you're being watched.
I'm gonna go ahead and take one of my torches out and jam the narrowest part of it under the door.
It is.
like a
It
door
is.
stopper.
And
it is
suddenly
flush
you
to-
hear dogs.
Flush to the door. It is flush to the floor.
Okay. Okay. Then yeah, I'll just kind of slowly back up, not really averting my gaze from it and Rhett at the door, just kind of backing up on all fours, staring at it before turning, looking at Shioran.
Do I notice he's doing weird stuff?
Not with your passive.
Okay.
You come back from looking down the hallway either side, and you turn around, and he's now kind of looking your direction. But that's about all you really get.
Nothing from so far.
Door. Strange.
How strange. Strange how? Sorry, I forget that those have two different meanings. I'm sorry, what was that?
Noises.
Did you check it out?
Blocked.
You see Retribution sitting in front of the door.
Yeah. Just like holding my sword.
Oh, I would have noticed that.
Deadpan staring off.
Vibing. They vibing. They vibing.
So Retribution didn't bother telling us. She just sat in front of it.
Yep.
I poked Torque and sat down.
Can I insight check to see if I would realize that?
Realize what?
That she figured probably heard something too.
She's just standing there. Never said anything. All you have to go off of is what Torque said. So.
Yeah, he said there's a noise, and then it's blocked by Retribution. I figured that might be enough to possibly insight check.
You can take whatever inference you want off of that.
Okay. I wonder if she noticed too. Let's keep an eye on it for the rest of our watch. Something tries to come out, she might be knocked over.
At that, Torque will just kind of like crawl up over the ceiling above Rat and just be like staring at the door for the rest of his watch.
Alright.
Great. All the other ways that someone could get us.
Sharon will keep an eye out the rest of the place.
Yeah. It's the place is definitely like, getting to all the paranoia. As you always feel like you're being watched. As you shift around the room, looking around corners, it's that feeling like you're expecting, like, as you look around the corner, someone's just gonna be standing there looking at you. It's that tension. It's hard to relax. Now for the last watch, who's gonna take it?
I can take the last watch.
Alright, so the siblings are the only ones left.
Yeah, I'll take it too.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys can either make it together or separate. Your choice.
Separate. Fuck that guy.
Rude.
Okay, who's going first?
9 plus 6, 15.
Alright. What about you, Kel?
That's a 12 plus 6, so that's 18.
18. Alright. Since no one has mentioned it to anyone going forward.
I mean, I would mention it. I would mention it.
No, we were very separate in our watches.
I'm sorry. I would mention it. I just didn't think to say it. It's just.
That's fine. Sharon does mention that Torque heard something from behind the door that Retribution's sitting in front of.
And I suspect that Retribution's sitting there because she might have heard something too.
So in other words, when Shioran wakes them for the last watch, they see Torque on the ceiling staring at the door, Rhett sitting in front of the door, and Shioran just says, "There's something up at the door."
See you later. Good night. Night.
But not really night because they're still awake.
Yeah. Well, Shioran's saying night. Gotta go back to bed.
True. All right. So, Shauna, you get this and are doing your watch. You don't really notice anything. Kale, you kind of are watching that door, but also doing a thorough watch. You hear something below you. Kale, you feel it almost first. It's almost kind of like a low rumble. Not enough to like really shake or anything. You just kind of feel like that's off. You kind of look down and stop walking for a minute and listen. You hear what sounds like echoing voices that seem to be coming from below, far below, but loud enough that it seems to be echoing up through whatever floors there are below you. It sounds like there's a lot of them too. You kind of have to like lean down and put your ear to the ground because it's almost imperceptible. But you are able to hear just this slow rumble of movement and voices somewhere below you. It's hard to tell how far below.
Is it possible I can make out a word or two?
No. It's just
Okay.
it's just barely imperceptible noise just because it's so quiet in here.
I want to go to that other door.
Up the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have my bow out, by the way.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna have a wee squiz at it, and then a wee listen.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I figured that's what you meant, but it was a little different from what I've ever heard.
13.
13. You don't hear anything on that side from this side of the door.
Cool. I'm gonna open it.
All right. You take the handle, and it's a bit rusty, but you have to push it and pull it, and push the handle down and push into the door with your shoulder a little bit to get it and it kind of has to go snaps out of out of the door frame, not broken, but pushes it hard, and you pause there for a moment, make sure nothing is coming at you. You look through the door, look around, and it's a small 15 by 15 room that has a hallway, very small, 5-foot hallway that leads to another door to your right as you're facing into the room. And this room is covered in a lot of trash, very similar to kind of the previous room. Looks to be just piles of rags and pieces of broken weaponry, bits of what you may have guessed were parts of old plate mail armor, but it's rusted and broken and scratched and cut through, and strips of leather, the odd bone or two. But that door is slightly ajar to your right as well.
Okay. How far? That's about 15 feet away from me, the door, right?
Yeah.
Is there any insignia or badges or anything on the armor in that?
Make a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Perception, definitely. That's actually not bad. 17.
17. You move into the room and you sift through some of the items on the ground, and you see that there's not a lot of insignias, but the working on some of the chest pieces or pieces of metal that maybe were part of the plate mail were of well design. I apologize, my words are not coming to me today.
I have
You're good.
lots of days like that.
And they were of well make previously, but they have been reused numerous times, and they have been rusted and cut and whatnot. What you do see is similar wording and scroll work that you saw on the walls of the murals of those the people that were in that pilgrimage, seemingly going in towards where you guys were heading into the mountain, into the cliff face.
Okay. All right. And this armor and stuff has obviously been here for a hot second.
Yeah, it's dusty and whatnot.
Cool. I'm gonna go back and tell my brother that I found a hallway in the door.
Brian?
And that I want to go down the hallway.
Yep. Sorry, my microphone muted itself.
Yes. I might go down the hallway. Or to go down.
I'm going to accompany my sister.
Just leave us alone.
Great.
Great.
I'm going to be not go down. I'm just going to go to that end so I can see her going down the hallway, but also see what is going on in the main hallway too. So.
All right.
I want to like peek in that other door.
All right. So you kind of walk with her around to the entrance to this small little junk room, and Shauna, you move to the next door that's slightly ajar, and you kind of open it slightly and look down, and it is a hallway that goes down about 40 feet and ends at another door. This hallway is less junky, still looks dilapidated. You see some stains on the wall. You're not quite sure what they are. They're dark. Could be blood, could be something else. You're not really sure. Looks like there was possibly a fight in here at one point. But there is no bodies or anything else of note else in the hallway, but there is another door at the far end.
Okay. I'm gonna go down, like Pink Panther style, like, and then like the is like me like putting my ear to the door.
Make a stealth check for me.
I'm gonna go ahead and tension up an arrow real
I'd
quick.
love to see that animated. It's real quick.
I'm doing this for the specific purpose of ever if we get animated. Okay,
Our many
my
fan
stealth?
animators, please get on this.
Oh yeah, fuck
We
yeah.
have so many of them. Please work on it.
28.
28.
I'm
Oh,
like
man.
dun, 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 but without the music, like.
Yeah. Kale, you are at kind of the door. You see her peek around the door and then go in, and then you don't hear anything. And it almost kind of worries you, so you kind of step into the room and look down the hallway, and you can see her like tiptoeing down the freaking hallway. No sound whatsoever. And in no time, she's at the other end. And you
The
are
temptation enters my mind.
no one would ever know. You get to the other end, and it is a closed door. What do you do? Oh, you're putting your ear to it. Make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You hear on the other side of it a labored breathing, kind of just.
I do not like that. I don't like it like that. I'm gonna go up the stairs again and just like look at Kale like with this like worried look and like point down, and then just like use my hand to like, you know, like puppet my chest as if I was heaving, right? Like.
Hale looks back at
great.
you slightly unimpressed, but also you see
Proud of
he
that.
has.
On the stairs.
You see, he does have an arrow ready to go on his bow in case something does happen.
Are you doing anything with this information, Kale?
She's got my attention, so she opens the door and someone pops out. I'm gonna shoot him.
Are you staying at the far end of the hallway? Because this is a 40-foot hallway.
Yes.
All right. Shauna, are you going back towards the door?
Yeah, I'll open the door.
Basically, I'm hoping that if something does come out there and try to kill her, she'll run back towards me.
It is locked.
I mean,
You attempt to open
it's
the door
locked.
and it's locked.
I will try to lockpick it.
Go for it.
I can do that. Where do I add my proficiency bonus? Was
You're proficient in thieves' tools,
yes.
so it'd be your dex modifier plus your proficiency modifier, and then whatever you roll on the dice, unless you're expertise in it.
I'm not expertise in it. 11 plus 4 plus whatever our proficiency bonus currently is.
What is it?
3.
3. So, 18.
Yeah. Sounds right.
So you are able to pick the lock. It takes a little bit of work. Kayla, you see your sister at the other end of the hallways. She's picking at the lock, it seems, and then she pauses for a second, and then you open the door.
Like real slow, like.
And as you open it, you see the first lantern light that you've had in here. So it seems to be a torch on the far back wall, lighting in this room very, very dimly. And you look in, and it seems to be a bricked room, cleared of any debris, save for at the far end of the room is a humanoid that looks to be chained up. They are currently on their knees with their arms hanging there above them, with chains going up towards the wall. Their head is down. They have long, scraggly hair that's kind of covering their face and their portion of their torso. They're shirtless, partially decently well built, but they look to be in a haggard state. As both hands are kind of up, hanging, heads down. You can hear more clearly that. Does not seem to notice you.
Okay, I will just okay, I will look back through the door at my brother and put my arms up and then one at a time put my hands around my wrists and then
Parade continues.
and then point back in the room.
So what you're saying is
And
you
then
found a
do
bunch
the
of
chest
bracelets.
heaving thing. Do the chest heaving thing, but then put my thumbs up. Sweet ass sort of
Make an insight check for me, Kale.
Okay. She is my sister. I mean, you know.
True, but that pantomime, make an insight check for me.
Okay.
Bracelets
What
and
else
bones.
could this mean?
So that would be a 17.
You can generally guess she's probably found something, possibly someone, from the sounds of it.
I'm going to point at her and then point at the ground where I'm standing. And then I point at myself and then I point at her.
String marking this.
Okay.
No, please continue.
This is great. Going so well. I'm gonna be I'm just gonna shake my finger, no, and then point at him, and then circle, make it a circle with my finger, encircling where he is, sort of thing, and just do the weight thing, where you put your hands up. Yeah, that. And then point to myself, and then point to the room.
At this point, Kel has moved on to better things.
He's gone.
You have lost his attention.
She does all these random signs and looks back and he's gone.
Are you staying by the door, Kale? Or are you going
I'm
towards
staying
you?
by the door. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, you're doing this pantomime, pointing here, pointing there, and you look back at your brother, and he's just like, bow in hand, still staying there.
Do you like that frustrated, like, dismissal thing with both hands? Or, like, it's like... No, the down one. Yeah, that one. But with both hands.
Kale does the, like, the like, like when you get cut off when you're driving, everyone does, like, that universal, like, hand wave. You know, the...
Are you talking about the one with a finger?
Bro? Like...
The one like this?
And then I'm just gonna go in the room. There's no like other entrances in this room. It's like just a room.
Just
okay,
a room.
Cool. Sweet as. No problem.
You walk in,
just gonna be like,
not sure if he's conscious or not, but he doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Hey.
You just come to ask more questions.
Shh, keep your voice down. I'm not whatever is whatever. I'm different.
You see him pull his head up a little bit, and as his hair kind of like parts a bit from his face, you can tell now more from his features that it's a dwarf. Uncapped at this point, but long red beard, long red hair that's just kind of falls in waves across his face, goes down to almost like past his shoulders, and he kind of looks up and you see he is just beaten to hell. One eye is shut, cut lip, bruised, blood, and he just looks up at you with one open eye. How the fuck are you?
My name is Shauna.
And then I'll inspect the chains a little bit. Like, they're obviously locked, but like potentially looking at places to lockpick them.
Make a investigation check. As he kind of like looks up at you and says, "It must have knocked something loose if I'm hallucinating some random elf chick that I've never seen come in here."
12.
You do quickly find there is a keyhole at the wrist part of his manacles.
I'm gonna be like, well, you think what you like, buddy. If I let you out of these chains, are you gonna attack me?
Lady, I can barely stand on my own. I don't think I could take even you.
Cool. I'm taking your word on it, and I'm telling you right now, I'm really, really strong fighter, and I will absolutely fuck you up if you even move. If you... Weird.
So don't try anything.
He doesn't respond. You see him go into just a coughing fit at that point. Just and you see him like spit up like blood onto the floor, and he just doesn't respond at that point.
Kale!
Kale just like is just standing at the end of the hallway. His like hands are on his hips. He's like, "What?"
Come here.
You're back at the first room, right, Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't really talk to her like unless you're gonna yell, because like I said, it's a 40-foot hallway to her door where she's at.
I'll just walk back to the door real quick and just like do the come on thing. Like,
I'm like,
Alright, so you head in there and you see what she saw with the chained up, beaten dwarf.
Do your thing. Your thing.
lock the locks?
No, I got the locks. Do the thing.
Oh, okay. I cast Cure Wounds on him.
All right.
You good, dude?
I'm gonna.
You put your hand on him, let the healing energy kind of flow over to him, and you see some of the wounds. What's your passive perception, Kale?
Oh, Kale's is pretty good. 16.
16. You see the wounds heal, but there's a fraction of a second where it's like it seems like there's a delay, like where you cast the spell into him, and there's a bit of a delay before the wounds start to heal. It's barely imperceptible. Something you're just like, that was weird. But you do see some of them heal. He's like, seems to be able to breathe a little easier, and he looks up. The one eye's a little less swollen. Oh, there's two of you now? Who the fuck are you guys? Where'd you come from?
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay.
As well, just kind of get him a once over with all this stuff in case he was poisoned or anything.
You cast Restoration, you feel the energy flow into him, and he kind of looks bleary-eyed as he looks up and he kind of shakes his head a bit. Oh, there's my jaw. Thanks. Oh. And are you unlocking him at this point, Shauna?
I'm just gonna like slowly move to like unlock him, and I'll be like, "So, who are you?" Like real stern stuff, you know.
Name's Bali. Oh, God, I don't even know how long I've been in here.
You've been in here for a while, it looks like.
Feels like it a while. I came down here with a group of people. We were gonna explore the ruins. There are stories about them being haunted or inhabited by monsters. He's like kind of shifting for the first time and sore muscles even after the healing.
I kind of help him like stand up a bit.
He's unsteady at first, but he's able to catch himself and get up. And for a dwarf, he's decently tall. He's probably just on the cusp of past about 5 feet tall. And he's rolling his shoulders as he still has his arms kind of up at the chains. And we thought it was a good place to maybe find some treasure. But he got swarmed. I don't know if my other allies are alive or dead. Is it just the two of you?
No, there's others. We should probably go check on them.
Yeah,
actually,
we should.
Okay.
You come back, everyone's dead.
No, that actually leads into my question. How
are we alive?
No, my question is, how long did it take me to notice they were gone and not coming back?
You saw them leave,
Yeah.
and so you would have noticed that they didn't come back. And it's been
Had
about
it been
at this
4
point-
hours for me to rest?
Yeah.
Okay, then I got my full rest, and then I'll start patrolling myself.
Yeah. So you get up and start walking around, and they're not back. It's been like 5-8 minutes at this point.
Okay, yeah, I'll just be like, oh, they're fine. Brother sister time.
Make a lockpick check for me if you are going to do that, Shauna.
That is a 19 plus 4 plus 3.
Yeah, more than enough. These are simple locks that are just, you kind of get in there quick and out and go to the next one, even simpler. And he's free. Finally lets his arm down. You see him grab his wrist. They're still like red and torn up from the manacles. Thanks.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Oh. Well, I don't have anything on me to thank you with unless we find my equipment. They took it from me when they grabbed us.
I mean, like, you're welcome to come along and try to find your friends, but you can totally just leave now.
No. No, I gotta finish what we started. I have something I need to tell all of you that you should know. I wish we knew before we came down here. But
Oh, yeah?
you said there was other allies?
I'm just gonna
Side
look
check.
at Kale.
Go for it.
Uh, 24.
24. You look at him, and he seems to be pretty honest. He looks like he's not in as much pain, but he still looks exhausted, looks starved. He's just kind of eyeing both of you, just like looking back and forth after he asks that question. And it's a look of, you can't quite tell if it's concern or worry. It's either concern or urgency. You can't quite tell what it is.
Well, we do have some other people we're traveling with, yes. We've already ran into some problems here, and I think we're leery on a few others, so any information would be useful.
Definitely, yeah. What was your names again? Did you give your name, Shauna? I forgot.
Yeah.
Shauna and
Kale.
Kale. It's good to meet you. And he'll like reach out to shake your hand, Kale.
I take it.
And then he'll present his hand
Cast
to you, Shauna.
disintegrate.
Not more like vampire.
After what Kale went through today, that's a welcome option at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shake his hand.
All right. Strong grip, and he then let's get out of here. I really don't want to spend any more time in this room. And then he kind of walks forward. He limps at first as he gets his footing, but he gets a steady stride as he continues down. He'll wait for you guys to exit the room.
Yep. We'll go. I'll go. You going?
All right. So he'll follow you guys back. And so Retribution you see as about the 10, 11 minute mark. Come around the corner is Shauna, Kale, some random bloody dwarf.
Wow. Hello.
He kind of looks around the room a little bit at the chaos that seems to have obviously happened here with all the spells that went off, all the fucked up vines. Just looks at the rest of you. Looks like you can all handle yourselves a bit anyways. That's good.
More or less.
Like I said, I'm a really good fighter and I'll totally fuck you up.
Good to know.
Okay, so he sees the tiefling, the blue chick, and the lizard. What is his immediate response?
Multicolored.
You did say we're
tiefling.
traveling with some people.
Yeah.
And
You're on fire.
is the dude on fire still on fire, or is that like?
I mean, Merrick always looks like he's kind of on
Sorry,
fire.
Or is that like dimmed because he's sleeping?
It's like smoldering coals when he's asleep.
It's light. It's like it's a fire that's been burning for a while, but it's still kind of there.
You guys, and maybe not necessarily the Genasi or the Triton, but the lizard folk is a little less uncommon around these parts, just because of its proximity to the more monstrous lands to the west. So he doesn't seem like taken aback or anything. He does like eye a couple of you as his eyes linger on a few of the more odd-looking individuals, but doesn't seem like scared or taken aback or anything. He just kind of looks around the room, goes over to one of the walls, and kind of holds one of his shoulder. Looks like it hurts to move a little bit, and
I'll go push it.
you push the what?
His shoulder.
His shoulder.
Yeah.
You kind of hear him. Ah. Thanks.
Been there.
You're welcome.
He was there last night. Or was it this morning?
Last night.
Last night.
So, what are all the lot of you doing down here?
Chasing crazy monsters. They attack my town, so
They've been sending out those odd creatures out to other settlements near here as well.
Who's they?
Well, that's kind of what I was going to talk to you all about.
So, do we hear these people talking?
If you're asleep, no, because
Okay.
obviously he would keep his voice down, so you saw people were
I
sleeping.
think Kel would have gotten everyone up if he's bringing someone back.
All right. It won't like ruin the long rest. It just kind of wakes you guys up.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question.
Mhm.
At the very least, at this point, we have had a short rest equivalent.
It's near the end of it anyway, so you can count it as a long rest.
Okay, cool beans.
All right.
As the last watch, and they've been so. He says, my group and I, we came from the Flint Keep off to the west, and there had been some smaller families and small towns that were getting attacked by these creatures as well. And we took a job to come figure it out. When we got down here, we faced more of those monstrosities, and trust me, there's more than the flying ones that were sent out. There's horrible, horrible creatures down here. We delved in, we got cornered, we lost some people, we ran, we fought, we hid. What day is it?
That's a very good question.
Unless, I guess you have it, that's fine. Otherwise, you can do that.
I do have it.
Okay.
Since we just completed the long rest, let me go ahead and advance the last few hours. It is currently 10:30 at night on the 24th of Olaroon, aka Zol. So
Whenever
it's
he
almost
asks for the
weird.
date, can I
The
say
25th.
something totally wrong? Like just so wrong.
Yeah. So he asked for the date. Rhett just says a completely different date. He's like
100 years in the past.
he's like,
It's so wrong.
isn't that?
And then Torque just pulls out a sheet of paper from his day's fucking logs and says the actual fucking date.
He's looking at Rhett like, wait, what? And then he looks over at Torque as you like, nah, it's this date, and he's, oh, okay.
I'm just in the corner
I was a
chuckling.
bit off.
And then it's, God, it's been a week. Oh. Well,
Do you need some food?
I could use some food, yeah. I can't remember the last time they
Don't
fed me
eat too
anything.
much.
Yeah.
Kel's gonna cook.
Torque slices him a paper-thin slice of cheese.
Gotta be stingy with that cheese.
I'm
Like
just gonna
Mickey,
hand him
like
a
Mickey
ration.
Mouse with the bread loaf, just like
Yeah.
like transparent.
Eric will give him a ration.
Yeah, I was gonna have Kel actually
Yeah.
do his special food
All right.
for everyone.
Then I'll
That
go ahead
works
and
then.
provide some water with the decanter.
All right. So you guys all very generously all kind of provide food that's being cooked and prepared, and he kind of sits down and says, "Oh, a lot are very generous for strangers. I appreciate it. Thank you."
Well, my purpose is helping people, so
I'm not gonna eat special food. I'm just gonna cook him something.
We, after about 2 days down here of trying just to survive, getting away from the hordes, we found where they were coming from. There's a large stone tablet. It's odd. It's hard to look at, hard to explain, but it seems to be connecting to some other realm. And these creatures are crawling out of it. When we got there, tried to fight our way there, tried to find a way to close it, but we got overwhelmed. That's when we got captured, and that's the last I saw of my allies.
So like a stone slab with arcane glyphs on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you know about that?
What? Didn't you just say it?
I guess. Yeah.
Insight check retribution.
Go.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll get in
also
on that too.
Well, that's gonna be a bad one, but
Prepare my
that's an
spells.
8.
1 second.
24.
Oop.
Ten.
8, 10, and 24 insight checks.
Sorry, I missed it. What did she say that we're all inciting?
I just brought up the thing that the guy was talking about.
Alright.
You didn't say anything about glyphs, if I recall correctly.
No, he didn't.
Did you roll something?
From the insights, I mean, the higher ones of it is like Shauna's. You definitely tell, Rhett that they said it and then immediately just backpedaled on it. But they know something, but
I'm just gonna give them a very strange look. Like the kind of look that makes you goes, and I know she knows.
and he kind of like, yeah, actually, are you here for the same thing?
I'm just gonna walk away.
Just walks away. He's just, okay. Anyways, it needs to be destroyed. It's whatever is connecting to their realm. These monsters are pouring through. We gotta find a way to destroy it. We can't leave it to fester like this. They're just going to pour into the countryside, cause more chaos.
Right. That sounds like what we came here for.
I promise you, it's not going to be easy. These creatures are protecting that area.
We have learned that nothing is ever easy, so I think we're okay with that.
Good to know.
Life's a bitch and then you die.
That's
Did
true.
Torque say fishing is easy?
Yes, he did.
Not
looks
when
at-
your arsenal is fire.
He's midway, like about to like take his first spoonful. Looks at all of you. You're all very odd, but appreciated nonetheless, and starts eating.
And
You
I can
get
tell
that?
this guy's got like no armaments with him right now, right?
No, he has some like leather pants on, barefooted, bare-chested. He's got a few tattoos on his arms that are like dwarven glyphs. But that's about it. And he's got his
Okay.
long, dirty beard and hair.
I'm gonna hand him 2 javelins and that bone club that I crafted from one of the goblinoids.
All right.
Mm.
Thank you.
Merrick is casting magic arm or mage armor, by the way.
On himself.
Yeah.
Well, Mage Armor is a self-spell anyways, if I recall correctly.
Kel's gonna
It's
open up his
actually
backpack.
touch.
Oh, okay. Right, that was
That's
just because it
pretty
was
great for that.
Warlock Invocation. I can't use it on anyone else.
Kel's gonna open up his backpack and hand him a crossbow with 20 bolts as well.
We're loading him.
You all are very generous. Thank you. What? I didn't catch the rest of you. Catch your names.
Don't be so shy, everyone.
I've already walked away.
Well,
Sorry,
this is Big Boy Lizard Man. This is Flamio McFlamey. And that over there, that's Cinnamon Red Hot.
You pointing at Red when you say Cinnamon Red Hot?
100%.
I'm sorry, Cinnamon Red Hot was the best.
I'll reach my hand out and be like, "Hi, I'm Flamio, but you can call me Merrick."
Oh, understood. Good to meet you, and he'll shake your hand.
And then Merrick is gonna go immediately to that
Fine.
door.
Oh, to the okay.
I want, now that I'm rested and have spell slots, because I regained 11 spell slots, I'm a little bit less wary.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check out that chest.
All right.
Yeah.
So Mayor kind of like gets up from the conversation, goes over to the door, opens it up, and
Before he goes around the hallway, he'll be like, "There's a chest over here."
I was curious. Do you know anything about this room over here? Apparently, there's been noise coming from it.
looks over. He's got like a mouthful of food. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I don't know much of where I'm at actually at the moment.
Okay.
I was dragged here unconscious.
Be sure not to eat too fast.
Yeah. No, I get that. America, you go over and kind of signal that you're going over there, and you open up the door enough, and you can see in more of those just boxes and whatnot, and then that chest. Make an intelligence check.
Oh no.
14.
Swear the chest has moved. Like it's on top of the same box. But you swear it's slightly angled differently. But maybe
Does it look like
imagining
it's? Does it look like it's made of wood?
No, slightly rusted metal. With that
Okay.
padlock.
I don't suppose we have like dimensions about how far away that chest is into the room, do you?
It's sitting about 8 or so feet away from you from the doorway.
8, you said?
Yeah.
And then from like the door, if it was open, like if I went from the doorway all the way back to like the farthest wall, still being able to see the chest, like what's the distance on that?
The room you're
He
in.
said it's only about a 10-foot wide room.
Yeah, well, from the doorway to the chest is about 8 feet, but if you go all the way back to the room, like in the room you're in, you'd probably be back about 30, close to 40 feet away from it.
And I could still see the chest if the door was still like stayed open.
If you opened it all the way, yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna back up to the wall, and I'm gonna look at everybody and be like, "I'm gonna blast this chest. I think it moved."
I was just gonna say, it looks like we see Merrick go in, and then he starts backing out of there. I'm immediately getting up with my and my tridents in my hand.
Kel's gonna go ahead and knock an arrow and have it like aimed at the chest too.
All right. So you guys all kind of get up and ready, and you guys look at the chest, and you.
Either if it's a mimic or a psychotic chef is in there. One of those two.
That's an inside joke no one's gonna get.
So yeah, you back up. Everyone seems to get ready. You see Bali kind of go and grab one of the javelins, and that kind of gets up and what's going on as you kind of signal everyone else, and you get back at the far end of the wall. And what are you blasting it with?
2 Eldritch Blasts.
All right. Make 2 attack rolls.
Should I go
That's
ahead?
gonna be a 17 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And a 24 for the second.
Both hit. Roll your damage.
A 9 and an 8.
All right. So both of them hit square on, and you hear the loud ping as the blast, as the force hits the metal, and you see the first one dents in the front of the chest and kind of sends it spiraling a little bit off towards the back end of the room, and the other one hits it, and it hits it at the side, kind of at the lower end, and it does kind of like a flip and lands on the opposite side of the crate, and then falls back behind it. You kind of hear dum, ding, dum, 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 as things like crash down to the floor, and now you no longer can see it. Definitely hit it. You saw it damage the metal of the chest itself with the Eldritch Blast, but now it's no longer in view. And you kind of wait a second. Nothing seems to like lash out.
It fell over. I'm just gonna kind of look at everybody and see what they like, what their reactions are.
He's going to approach it, also with a bow knocked. So he's just kind of.
You kind of look in the room, and all you can see is just boxes at the moment. The metal chest is outside of view.
Are you sure the chest
I'm
is
gonna
what
walk in
moved?
there.
It appeared like it was in a different spot.
What if something moved it?
I'm gonna
Not
shoot
sure.
an arrow in there just blindly.
Sure, make an attack roll.
Okay.
Something.
This is gonna be the best time to ever roll a natural 20. It is. It's a natural 1.
You you pull the arrow back, and you're not like, you don't have something to aim onto, and so you just kind of let it go, and it flies into the corner of the room as it's just a horrible shot, bounces backwards, and you actually have to dodge before it actually like ricochets off towards you, and you just see it then skid across the ground. You hope no one
Let's
saw it.
see where the arrow went inside the room.
Oh, it's back in the other room now with everyone else.
Okay.
Like it did a whole
I'm
ricochet
gonna
thing
run
back
back
at
out
you.
there like I'm being shot at.
Kale, you okay in there?
There's something in there.
I'm gonna move in.
Move in, and it's a dilapidated room with a bunch of wooden boxes. You look around, make a perception check.
Okay, hold on. So each time that we've been attacked, we get alerted by Kale's weapon, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's a.
Would Torque notice that he wasn't alerted by Kale's weapon?
Yeah.
That's
He
a.
still ricochets.
That's a natural 20 for a 23.
I'm a horrible speller, so don't ask me.
Someone help.
What was
My
it?
spell check
Spell
couldn't
what?
even do it. How do you spell ricochets?
R-I-C-O-C-H-E-T. Rico.
Oh, there we go.
Check.
There we go. Got it.
I'm still like in the other room with that dwarf, but I suddenly have a glass of wine in my hand.
He's just like, he's watching all of this happen. The blast, Kale going in, arrow coming out, then Kale, and then now Shioran going in. He just kind of like looks over at you, Shauna, and sees the complete
I'm
nonchalance.
just completely like, yeah, I'm leaning against the wall, like, you know, like all cool kid style, with like my fancy hand on my fancy glass with my not so fancy wine.
And he's like, looks, and then he gets like a kind of like, okay, and then
Meanwhile,
looks back
Torque's
and
just gonna grab that arrow of Kale's that's skittered back in here.
So
Alright, you have an arrow now. So 20 something you said for your
yeah, it's a
perception
natural
check?
20 for a 23.
You look around and you see no one. You don't hear anyone. You don't smell anyone. You do hear a very soft, like metal on ground scratching, just very slight, towards the back of the room.
I hear something.
Merrick's going in there.
Just destroy everything in the room, guys.
Yeah.
Jared and Merrick, you go into the room.
I don't know where the chest is.
Nope.
I'm going to charge up another Eldritch Blast and peek around where I saw the chest fall.
All right, so you peek around. The chest is on its side. A huge dent in the front, huge dent in the side. Padlock is still there, seems to be undamaged, and it's just lying there.
I'm gonna launch
the-
2 more at it.
Did the sound stop?
It was only for a brief second. And what'd you say, Merrick?
I'm launching 2 more at it. I don't trust this chest.
Vox Machina has doors, we have chests.
Did I hear?
Oh no, we definitely have doors.
Could
too.
I pinpoint
Oh, yes,
where
we
I heard
do.
the metal sound? No.
It was pretty close to you, just on the other side of the box that was near.
Where?
A 17 and a 27.
Yeah, easily enough to hit. At this point, regardless of the damage, the 2 that hit it, one side of the lid kind of bends upwards at it as it kind of is hit to the side and dented inwards, and it's not open because the padlock is still solid. But the side of it, you can kind of see into it, and you see spill out of the side of the chest, with kind of like a small little ting, 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 is it's a coin.
There's a 6 and 7, by the way, for the damage.
Mm-hmm. And you can see inside that there seems to be more stuff inside, but a small pile of gold and silver coins have spilled out onto the floor, like across as it kind of slides away from you from the blasts.
Does anybody know how to pick a lock?
I don't think I can hear you from in here.
Sharon, you're the only one that can really hear him.
Not really. Do I know that Shauna can pick a lock? I don't think I've seen her do that yet.
I think she's...
You've seen her test the lock when we first got into the room we rested in.
Yeah, but she didn't.
You would at least know I have the tools.
Yeah.
Kel is like, yeah, Shauna can.
I'm just gonna look at the dwarf dude and just be like, well, that's my cue.
I'm going to as she leaves, I'm going to replace her.
Alright.
I'm downing my wine before I walk in that room.
And I'm just going to be like, you should probably come with us, actually.
Sure. You know, like peek in the door, like ready for some threat with this javelin, and then
He has a club too.
Just boxes.
Can I look?
Do you like a sword maybe more than a club?
Very much so, though my sword's a lot bigger than what you guys seem to have on you.
I have a short sword.
I'll stick with the javelin and the club for now. Thanks.
Righto. Okay.
Is it possible to like look around and see if there's any like footprints or drag marks or anything like that around on the ground?
With your natural 20 perception, you kind of look around, and it looks like there's no way to tell if there's traffic in the room because it's just bare floor with just junk
dust
around. So, and not enough to. It's not like a bare floor of dust and people walk through it. It's just a bunch of junk and boxes and stuff. So it's kind of hard to tell if there was foot traffic through here. And the vines definitely seem to have grown over the door. Whether they allowed anyone in or not, hard to tell. So you're not really sure. But it doesn't seem to be any signs of life in here. What's up?
Purely personal. As Dwarf Boy Bali got up, Torque's gonna look. Did he eat the wafer thin piece of cheese that he was given?
Yeah, he would have eaten that with the ration that was cooked. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because if it wasn't, Torque was gonna nom that before following.
Yeah, Shauna, you go in there.
I'll walk in the room and like pull my tools out, do a little flippy thing in my fingers, and be like, all right, where is it?
Merrick just like has his hand pointed at the thing, ready to shoot it again. Here.
And,
While they're doing that, you said that this room was also full of like wooden crates and shit, right?
Yeah. Some of them are untouched, some of them are broken. A lot of the wood is old, looks rotted.
In any of the currently opened ones, does there look like there's anything interesting?
Make an investigation check, Torque, and Shauna. When you get to the lock and the chest is beat to shit, and you can see there's a small pile of coins that have sprayed out the side of it where Merrick's Eldritch Blast bent in the metal. You kneel down at the padlock and you look at it. You got your tools in hand and you kind of flip it up, look to the side. There's no keyhole. It is it's just a solid piece of metal with a ring that seems to be holding the chest shut. There doesn't seem to be any way to pick the lock on this padlock.
Fucking hell. I'm just gonna look back at Merrick and be like, what the fuck do you want me to do with this?
I don't know. I didn't get close enough to investigate it.
With the pure,
That's
unadulterated
evil.
natural one, I would like to flavor this that Torque sticks his head in a crate that's just the perfect size for his head to fit in, and is now running around like a cat with a tissue box on his head.
I like it.
Oh, Torque, are you okay?
And he's just smashing into the other crate.
I'm gonna
Make
grab
a-
him and try to help.
Make an athletics check, Torque.
We are totally impressing Bali, aren't we?
16 total.
16. You easily smash yourself into one, and it's a rotted wood. So like it got stuck, but the moment you hit it, it just splinters and falls apart around your head.
So the metal chest it has just a ring.
So it's kind of like an actual padlock. So it's got the arc of large, thick metal that's through the rung that's holding the chest shut, and then it's just a almost kind of flat, solid piece of metal that seems to be locking it in place. And there's no keyhole, there's no turnstile, there's no nothing.
Okay. So it doesn't look like a door knocker.
Correct.
Okay.
Sharon's just confused with the attacking of the chest that's not actually doing anything, the sound she heard, and the random lizard man just smashing things around.
Check my inventory, I might have something to help. No,
Yep,
no.
I don't know how to open this. This is beyond.
Does anyone have an axe?
I have. No, I don't.
You
It
can
says hand
plainly
axe, but it's
see
not
a
hand
massive
axe.
halberd on Torque's
Uh,
back.
Can I attempt to, with sorcery points, so I can do it in one round? Can I try to heat the metal with firebolt and then rapidly cool it with ray of frost to see if I can cause the metal to shatter or get brittle or something?
Which metal specifically?
The padlock.
Padlock? Sure. You're using cantrips for this?
Yeah, so I'll do firebolt first to warm the metal up, hopefully, I don't know, and then bonus action with sorcery points to ray of frost it.
I mean, you don't need. You can just kind of do it quickly in succession at this point outside of combat. It's not too big of a deal. You heat up the metal enough to the point where the padlock gets cherry red hot, casting firebolt on it, and then you immediately cast ray of frost on it, and you hear the loud kind of of the metal starting to expand or contract as the temperature shifts, but you realize that the sound is coming from the metal of the chest below it, and the lock itself seems to be unchanged. Make a Arcana check.
Okay. 19.
19. You can quickly determine from how it did not act like normal metal that this lock most likely has some sort of enchantment on it.
I don't want to use it, but I will
While
cast
I'm doing
Dispel
that, can Torque just
Magic
walk
on
over
it.
and try to wrench the metal chest lid off at the hinge?
Sure. So Merrick, as you're like getting ready to like do this like magical thing, Torque just comes and grabs the chest and attempts to just rip it up. Make a athletics check.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Quite impressively, there's this loud screeching sound as metal is torn asunder as he just rips the chest apart at the hinges, and it just is pulled apart. The two halves of the chest itself are still locked by the padlock, but the contents of the chest just go flying in all directions. Coin, a couple of items, and what seems at first to be like some sort of it's like flying through the air real quick before it lands. It looks like almost like a weird body of like a snake falls out and lands on the ground. And the entire room is just covered in just tinking coins as it's just raining down. Torque literally made it rain.
Oh, I'm going for the gold.
I'm looking at the
You go
snake.
for the gold. I'm going for anything that looks like platinum.
I'm going for the items.
Give me just a second here.
I'm paying attention to that snake thing.
Also, one moment, my food is here.
Food.
Also,
And
one
over.
moment, we also
Rat
have
in
food.
a totally different room, doing something else, as always.
Yes.
All this in front of the new guy.
Food sounds
And
good.
orange.
Food sounds good.
Actually, as before we get into the items and the coinage, how about we take our break? I'll get everything written out and then we can come back to it.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Sounds good.
So yeah, we'll come back in about 10-15 minutes then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See you
Sounds good.
guys then.
Guess it's a good time for us to get some food too. I've been eating some Cheetos popcorn the past few minutes, so now I have orange hands. All right, everyone. We'll see you when we get back. Chili Mac. Hello, Zangetsu.
I've got cheese.
I'm sure you can handle it better than. Oh my god. Torque is an obligate carnivore. Are we having farting issues with him?
Not for another 3 hours.
Are we gonna need the cheese intervention at some point?
Yes, without a doubt.
Okay.
Before he went out and about, when he was just, kind of doing his own stuff in his village, cheese was a rare thing that would be, brought in by traders on occasion, and that's where he really discovered that he really enjoyed the shit. Now that he's out in the world and has access to money and cheese, forget about it. This man's gonna flatline on pure cottage cheese.
Well, Kel knows what to bribe Torque with now.
Shioran
It
doesn't.
has been under no doubt.
Shioran doesn't know that Torque can't have cheese, so she has no reason to intervene right now.
Has Shioran even had cheese yet?
Probably. She's been in Sharn for like, what was it, 6 months now?
Yeah, it's been 6 months after the death of everyone, so...
So she's probably had quite a few things. She might have also learned that trains aren't exactly death machines anymore. I don't know. We'll have to talk. I'll have to talk to Scott about that.
The first person you encountered when out there on your own asking about the death machine and the trains, they're like, are you okay? I mean, they're dangerous sometimes, but not really.
Hale's a little bit of an embellisher in case y'all didn't notice.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset that D&D Beyond does not have cheese under equipment, even though it is listed in the player handbook under expenses and lifestyle. D&D Beyond, get cracking. I want to add cheese to my character sheet. Come on.
So, question. So, if you drop a kilogram of cheese from 20 feet up, and it hits someone, do you do more damage if it's Parmesan versus like a soft cheese like a Gouda? Like a
In theory, yes.
So roll
because at terminal velocity, a really, rich, well-aged Parmesan, that's tantamount to a brick.
Exactly.
While if you're doing like, I don't know, a more fresh feta,
yeah,
it's like hitting, it's like dropping a pillow on them. Sure, it's gonna be like annoying and it probably will hurt, but it's not gonna be dropping a brick on someone.
Yeah.
It's the difference of...
So roll for cheese damage.
It's the difference of 1d6 versus 1d4.
Again, Torque will do that in 3 hours.
Hi, Shauna. I heard your clicks.
Clickety clicks.
That said, though,
man, I devoured that chili mac.
These completes are really good.
It's not as cheap as Michelina's, but it works for like quick meals because completes are only take only a minute to cook, and they're actually pretty good. Once again, not sponsored. I've already had this conversation about completes.
Well,
like
please,
a few
dear
days
God,
ago.
sponsor us for this one. Like, Hormel, please. Just give us completes. I don't care about money. Just give us completes.
Listen, if we use
Who are you badgering for sponsorship?
Just give us bacon.
Hormel, yeah, bacon.
Hormel. Hormel has a line of instant meals, like TV dinners that are take only a minute to cook, and they're actually pretty good.
I don't think we have that company here.
But don't worry, if we ever get sponsored by Hormel, we'll actually ship it to you, assuming they allow food shipments. I'm sure they do, given I've seen people get food from friends overseas and stuff.
Recently, I made the best food discovery ever, because I've been on the hunt for like months for fake meat, but like in a sliced version, so you can make like a sandwich. And I haven't been able to find it, but last week I did, and I've only eaten sandwiches since then.
But yeah, if Hormel ever sponsors us, it'll be like, all right, we're gonna take our break here. Pull out your Hormel food, and what are you having today?
Hormel is actually founded where Scott and I live. That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
We have a
Well,
lot.
you know what to do now, Scott.
We have a lot of
You gotta
company
go.
headquarters.
You gotta
here
go.
in
You gotta
Newport.
go.
You gotta go. Just go and knock on the corporate door. It's like, guys, do you want to expand your online presence?
Hormel also owns Skippy, so we can get peanut butter.
That's
Roll
another
for
thing I enjoy
persuasion.
eating. Like peanut butter and banana sandwiches are awesome.
Mhm.
I've
Okay.
also been eating a lot of those lately.
They
Not
also
this
own
week.
Jenny
Whenever I
O
found
if you
them.
like turkey.
I'm sorry, I just had a commercial pop into your head. All right, we're gonna take a break. So today's stream is sponsored by, and you pop out Hormel's Chili Mac. Complete. No.
There, you were going somewhere and you lost it.
Today's this week's stream is sponsored by Hormel's Completes Chili Mac. Watch as we place it in this microwave, cook it for 1 minute, beep beep beep, and eat the delicious chili mac that comes out.
If you're
I need a
poor,
quesadilla.
If you're poor, make a peanut butter sandwich with this Skippy.
only costs $1.50 to make the sandwich.
I also own Planters, so if you just want regular peanuts too, not the butter.
I'm sorry.
Question is, crunchy or smooth?
Smooth.
I'm a smooth man.
Hot.
Personally, I prefer to put smooth first and then put a little bit of crunchy.
All right, so a half and half.
Because like crunchy is too much, but then like
I usually put on like a different topping to get crunch out, or the peanut butter itself I like smooth.
So what you're saying
I
is
like smooth peanut butter, and we don't have jelly here, like jelly. We have jam, so it's got some crunch in it if you get the 3-berry one, and then I put it on toast, and I don't eat just bread.
I think I might be the only crunchy person here, huh?
I like crunchy. Don't worry.
Okay.
so.
If I'm just eating peanut butter as a snack, I'm good for crunchy. But if it's going on a sandwich, it's gotta be smooth.
Scott and Sky, you could go to the corporate headquarters and tell them that we have an idea because one of your friends likes half and half peanut butter.
Yeah, they're like half and half.
Slightly crunchy.
It's
that's
like
why
one
I
of-
have 2 things of peanut butter in my cabinet.
I just got the image,
because I
like,
use them both.
you know those bottles you can get that have jelly and peanut butter like swirl mix?
Oh yeah, I never liked those.
yeah.
Just imagine a
Okay.
smooth and chunky swirl mix.
It looks exactly the same, basically.
I never really liked those mainly
Guys,
because
we're
it's
giving away our multi-millionaire ideas.
Yeah, we're just putting them out.
You know what baffles me? Speaking
Our
of
first word is
multimillionaires,
smooth and chunky swirl jars.
the dude who invented the pet rock sold that idea for $1 million. Like he just glued eyes and feet onto a rock, and somebody's like, "I'll
Good
give you
for
$1 million
him.
for that idea."
Good for him.
I mean,
How do you know you made it?
to be fair, like kids do have imaginary friends. Why not bring that imaginary friend to life with a rock?
It's like for gluing Google eyes and feet onto a rock, $1 million is crazy.
I just got that Elmo sound in my head now from TikTok.
Rocco.
Here's the thing, though. If you had a pet rock, it will always defend you, because rocks really are good at getting rid of people who pick on you very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but is that like
Yeah.
defending you itself, or is that you defending yourself with its
It's
said
a
rock?
mutual relationship, right? You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
It's a
build each other
symbiotic
up.
relationship.
But what does the rock
It
get
supports
from
you
you?
mentally.
The rock lets
and
you use its
physically.
body for defense.
We gave the rock life by gluing Google eyes and feet onto it.
It lets you use its body.
Hey, Druid.
That nod from Scott right there is like, I'm gonna kill every single one of these people.
Like, they're dead.
Again.
They're dead.
Thanks for the raid, Druid, and the host. We're just getting to the end of our intermission.
All right.
Yeah, whenever
I'm
everyone's
gonna
ready.
eat pierogies.
Now,
I'll approve.
for Kale, when you are sifting, you're collecting the coinage at the moment.
Mhm.
Oop, wrong button.
Merrick, when you go towards what you see falls, you see the snake-like object fall, and also what looks to be a very fine-looking circlet seems to clang to the floor as well.
Yeah, I had said that Torque would dive towards the snake thing.
I'll go for the circlet for sure.
All right. So you pick up the circlet, Torque. You pick up the snake-like thing, and when you actually get to it, it looks like a very long, sinewy piece of muscle, and at the end of it is a large stinger.
Shiaran was interested in this too, so.
Yeah, you walk over to it and you can see that's what it is there. Merrick, you pull up the circlet and you're looking at it, and it's got some fine jewelry on it, very well made. And that's what's in the chest. Kale, it'll take you a little bit to add up all the coinage, but there seems to be a decent amount.
Yay.
Alright.
So what are you guys doing as Torque is sitting there staring at this?
I'm just staring at the tendril with the stinger, just kind of like twisting
I'm
it in
gonna
his claw.
cast Detect Magic.
All right. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic.
Yep.
All right. You cast Detect Magic, and you are looking at the magic items, and they are magic items. The one in Torque's hand gives off an aura of let's check here. Let me see. I'm going to determine this. We're going to go with conjuration magic. We'll go with that. But it's a bit odd. It has a very strange other kind of aura to it that you can't quite pinpoint. The circlet, transmutation.
Okay. I don't have Identify, so I'm going to take a risk and just put the circlet on.
All right.
And see if anything happens just by wearing it.
Put the circlet on. It seems to happen at the moment, but from your understanding of magic items, usually takes about an hour or so to fully attune and learn a magic item's properties.
If people are willing, I will learn the circlet's properties. I looked at Torque and I point to the snake. Creates things. I don't know how to tell him. I don't know how to say conjuration, when he doesn't know the tongue very well, so makes things appear. Not sure what.
As you're turning it over,
Common magic.
Yes.
as you're turning it over, you see on the opposite end of the stinger, there seems to be just kind of like a wider pad, like part of the tendril at the opposite end of the stinger.
Okay, Torque is relatively familiar with severing tails from creatures. Does it kind of have the same kind of like general disposition as that, or is this more odd and clean in like a manner saying?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have been cut from anything.
They're suspicious.
Can I?
Not cleaved.
How big is this snake thing? Is it like just the length of a regular snake, or is it like a staff-like thing?
It's like it's pliable, but it's tough. Like you have to kind of like move it, but it looks and feels like muscle. And I'd say it's about 2 to 3 feet long, and then at its longest.
Cool.
Are you sure you want to try that without a spell?
I don't have the means, but based off my detect magic, I don't think it'll be too dangerous.
For the hell of it, Torque is going to lick the length of the snake thing, specifically avoiding the barb.
Okay. He's gonna learn everything he needs to know on this. I got
So
faith.
you take the snake, like the muscle tendril, and you kind of like run your tongue the length of this thing. Very weird looking. You guys notice that Bali has left the room and is kind of just sitting by the fire at this point, like, this is fucking weird. And as you are like wrunging your tongue, you have your arm kind of holding it out in front of you. You suddenly feel it move, and then you feel a sharp pain, and you look down, and the pad that was kind of wider at the end, as you were holding it, it like slipped down to touch the side of your arm, and it's moving, and it wraps around, and you feel this sharp pain as this whatever it is digging into your skin, and you guys can see it quickly. That's near Torque, that this thing is crawling into his skin, into his arm, like digging in and like flowing into his arm. You see it start to like just like animate and move around in his grasp as Torque is
That was what I was
grimacing
worried
in
about.
pain.
I'm gonna go ahead and bite it.
You bite into it, and at first you're just like biting into it, but then all of a sudden you start to feel the bite, and it's almost like you're biting yourself. And it's a quick jerk movement, and then it slides all the way into your arm.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And your
Hands
arm,
to Rhett.
your arm is. What were you doing, Retribution?
I'm just like walking down the hallway, like looking around.
Hale's going to take his belt off.
Yeah.
And what part of his arm is it in?
So it went into his right arm.
Yeah, but like, is it at the forearm or is it higher up?
You look, you no longer see it.
I'm going to take my belt off and tourniquet towards the top of his arm, towards the shoulder.
You quickly wrap your belt around his arm and like pull it tight to the point where you start to lose circulation in your arm, Torque. And the pain is slowly ebbing away.
Torque, are you alright? Is he bleeding?
Kale, can you medicine
No.
check the wound?
Who are you asking to do that?
Kale.
Considering the fact that I'm treating it, I probably am already.
Go for it. Make a medicine check.
I will assist you. And like
Yeah,
holding
Torque's
the
just
tourniquet
kind of
for you while
stunned,
you're...
staring at where it had crawled into his arm.
That is a medicine 21.
21. You see that there is a slight slit that is kind of about, I'd say about like a palm's width down his wrist and then off to the side slightly. And it looks like that's where it crawled into, and there's no blood. It's just a slit in the skin that you can kind of like manipulate and move, and it looks like it's like a deep cut, but there's no blood. You can't see anything else.
Like a leech almost. It's weird.
I'm getting mummy vibes.
All right. So, detect magic doesn't state flesh and the barriers that it can't penetrate. So, can I still see the aura of the snake in his arm?
So you're looking at you still have detect magic up as you're look back at Torque after all of this, and you do see an aura that goes kind of along his right shoulder all the way down to his wrist. You can't see itself, you just see the aura.
Merrick will, with his fingers, look at Torque and kind of like point to where the aura starts on his shoulder and then point to where it ends on his arm and just state snake here.
Everybody stand aside real quick. Just get out of the room.
Torque, as all of this is happening, as Merrick is like pointing this out, and Kayla's starting to get ready to do something, you become aware of, like after Merrick kind of points it out, you become aware of it, and that same sensation of it like being a part of you, you can almost feel it. You kind of like move your hand, twist it, and you can almost feel like you could possibly move it. Possibly, you almost kind of like you think it kind of shifts into your arm. You feel it. It's weird.
Torque's gonna try to ignore the tingling sensation of the tourniquet draining his lifeblood from the arm, and just kind of like try to like mentally relax and like imagine his fingers relaxing and a sixth finger relaxing as well.
Sure. Just make an intelligence check at advantage.
Okay. Fucking dope. Natural 18, so 18.
So there is a moment where Torque's arm kind of flexes slightly as he kind of pushes against the tourniquet, and you see out of the slit in his wrist this long sinewy muscle stinger thing comes out of his hand and comes slithering out, but then stays like attached to him.
Get over here!
Wrist. And it is now this long, slithering, slightly ambulatory, fleshy mass sticking out of his arm. And Torque, you can kind of seem to control it a little bit.
Torque, are you okay?
That's not normal.
He starts whipping it around, and Kale, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Dex save? Okay.
Nope.
21.
21. You are able to dodge out of the way as you see the stinger kind of go to whip past you. And as Torque is just kind of like swinging this thing around.
Do we get this thing out of him?
I still haven't gotten an answer.
Seeing it not fly off of him, he's gonna stop flailing and then just kind of think up.
You kind of imagine it going back, and it slithers back into your arm.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Hell's gonna get his tongs out.
Does it
fishing
hurt,
be
Torque?
And what was your
now.
question, Sharon? Sorry, I didn't hear what it
I
was.
asked if Torque was okay.
Oh,
I asked Torque if he was okay. Like, in a worried voice, because, like, holy crap, he just had a tentacle come out his wrist.
This just turned into a weird day.
Body horror central right now.
Oh, God. And Torque never responded, so...
Yeah, he was too busy in awe of this, and then finally he responds.
Fishing going to be easier now.
You see Caleb is like holding the tongs. It's like, what the fuck?
What? Is it doing anything to you?
Feel it.
Feel it?
And he's gonna imagine dropping again.
I'm gonna grab my tongs. And I'm like, do you want me to get this out?
You don't seem worried.
Interesting. Needs analysis.
My analysis is that you have this appendage that you did not have previously, and that could be parasitic.
Parasite evolution.
You want to bet on that yourself?
He's gonna reach into his pack and pull out the fragment of eggshell.
Already might be.
If you're okay with this for now, don't hesitate to speak up if you need help.
Yeah, if you need me to, and I click the tongs together, remove said appendage, let me know. Or I will remove the tourniquet.
Torque just kind of like cranes his head at the shoulder.
I'm sure he could bite it off if he wanted to.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, take out the tourniquet.
I just imagine the magical thing that Merrick sees is along the same pattern as his tattoos.
This thing comes out and tries to kill me.
We'll keep an eye on it.
The tourniquet comes off, blood flow starts to come back to your fingers, and but yeah, you kind of play with it, and it seems to follow your mental commands. At first, it was kind of like thinking about it. Now it's literally just it just kind of slides in and out.
Does that hurt?
It's an odd feeling, but it doesn't hurt.
Tingles.
Tingles?
For the sake of what you need to know about this, as you will learn as you get to use it, you gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls made with this magic whip. When you hit a creature with the whip, it takes an extra 1d6 psychic damage. And when you roll a natural 20 on a d20 for an attack roll with this weapon, the target is stunned until the end of its next turn.
Oh man, this is a cool item.
As a bonus action, you can either pull it out or, as it says it here, sheath it. as the whip causing it to retract into your arm or draw the whip out of your arm again. So it's a bonus action to do either. It is and I will state, it is a very rare item, and it requires attunement, and that is forced on you. You are now down an attunement slot. Forcefully.
No problem. I'm still empty on attunement until this, so.
Our first attunement item, I think. No, wait, I have one.
And you said it was a D what psychic?
D6 of psychic damage. So the normal whip damage is a D4. It has reach, all of those features. But then if you do hit, it does an extra D6 of psychic damage.
Excellent.
I was wondering who was going to pick it up. I was waiting to see who was going to pick it up.
I feel like it's fitting where it's at.
If Torque
I feel
hadn't,
like
I
it would
would
have
have.
been funnier if it was Dioran.
I mean, if Torque hadn't, I would have. I was literally going for it, and he got to it first, I guess.
I was having the entire scene from that movie Evolution go through my mind.
Alright, so
But yeah, if you guys sit for the hour to allow Merrick to attune to the circlet, is there anything you guys want to do during that hour?
well, I'd like to search around the room to see if there's anything else of interest in there.
Give
Okay.
Kale
Yeah.
time to count everything.
Yeah.
Make anyone who wants to, you can make an investigation or perception checks in the room. Kale, what you end up finding a total of 800 gold.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Okay, so
Let me know when you have that written down.
I assume that investigation and perception does a different thing
Yep.
in regards to this.
Yeah. 800 gold, 30 platinum,
Okay.
and 500 silver.
Okay. So let's see here.
I'm gonna go with 17 in investigation. I could go
Yeah,
with
Torque also
19.
rolling a 17 investigation.
I could go with 19 perception, but I think investigation would probably do better.
Okay.
21 perception.
21. Alright. So Shauna and Shioran kind of investigate the rest of the room, and what you end up coming away with of any kind of value is a couple of weapons that were stacked away in kind of the back behind one of the crates. You quickly have people investigate it. They're not magical, but there is a longsword, a battle axe, and a spear.
Did we get the dwarf's name?
Bali.
Bali? Bali, would one of these be better for you?
Longsword probably will help a little bit, thanks.
Alright. I'll hand that to him.
Grabs it and swings it around a little bit. You can tell as he swings it around that he definitely has some skill with a weapon, so he's not helpless. And he still kind of like straps on the crossbow, make sure he has that. So, you guys all kind of freaked out in that room for a little bit. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Weird things happen, but I think everyone's alright.
Mutation. And he'll just unleash the tendril.
Jesus Christ, what is that?
That's
Science.
why I said I think.
Okay.
Look, if you're boring, just say so.
What?
Compared to the lot of you, yeah, I'd say I'm pretty boring.
I'm so sorry you've seen us like this.
Are you not normally like this?
No, we're
We are
worse.
totally normally like this.
No, we're way worse than this.
Well,
Okay.
to be fair, half of us did join up recently, so.
So,
Merrick will open one eye from his like studying this. Like, yeah, we've all been dead recently too.
You've been
No,
what?
No, that was 6 months ago.
No.
You've been
No
what?
no one has died
Wait.
recently, guys.
You were what?
He immediately closes his eyes and goes back to it. Doesn't answer any questions.
No one has died.
You really just started shit and left.
I just
As
kind
that
of like
bombshell
do
also
that
drops.
thing where you like shut someone up by putting your finger like in front of their mouth to Kale, and look at Shior, and I'm like, you what?
Oh no, it's just a figure of speech.
Make a deception check.
I know.
And as that bombshell drops, Torque's just gonna look around and
Well,
ask,
that's a 5.
Where?
That's
Oh,
a
no.
natural 20 insight plus 6.
Oh,
Sean
boy.
immediately getting the read on fucking Shioran.
Shioran's not a good liar. You all remember this?
I'm just gonna turn to my brother, just be like, what is she talking about?
We all had to fake our deaths recently.
I'm gonna insight check you too, bitch.
Yeah, make a deception check.
Please, dear. Everything.
It's not like totally untrue. We had to pretend that we really were dead.
That is a natural 20 on my side.
Fuck, I got a 13 plus 6. Okay, alright.
Something's obviously it was a weird comment. Shauna doesn't necessarily just have to like forget about it, but your brother seems to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Oh, but is
think
that weird?
he's
Her brother
lying.
being honest to her?
No. I have my intimidation is really good. It's
She's
probably
even more
normal.
suspicious because he's being truthful.
That would be proper, actually. The local gang at Sharn kind of got on our cases, and we kind of had to avoid them.
Which one?
Yeah.
The,
You know, let's change the subject, guys.
You're gonna go fight them again?
it doesn't matter. Do I know what happened to them during the whole collapse of Sharn or whatever?
To your
The Memphis
allies
Brawlers?
that died? Oh, to the Memphis Brawlers?
Mhm.
I mean, the Memphis Brawlers are fine from your.
Okay.
It was the Dura Demons that got screwed over, by the heist, in the Skyloft part of the city.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. We just can't really go back there right now.
I'm not really made for Sharn anyways.
I spent 6 months avoiding them. I don't really need to worry about them now.
I'm just like looking at them back and forth very, very suspiciously.
So, anyways, let's continue.
I have decided I will not venture alone from the group. I will walk back into the room that everybody is in. I roll for it to see what would happen.
Oh,
And
hey,
I'm gonna be like, let's go.
oh, hey, Retribution, where have you been?
Around.
Can I call you Beauty?
I've been called many things red hot for one today. You know.
Cinnamon red
Call me
hot.
what- Call me what you want.
Kale kind of just like looks at Shioran.
What? I figured ready didn't sound right.
Merrick, at the end of this hour, you feel your mind sharpen, like everything just certain things, just certain concepts and ideas kind of click into place. You're thinking faster, more clearly, and your intelligence at the moment is 19.
Man.
Cool.
As you are now attuned to the headband of intellect.
I will keep that on for right now.
I was waiting for one of you to give that to Torque.
Actually, that would help, but
I'm keeping it.
That would be like the first time you ever like indulged in mind-altering substances.
I'm
like,
sorry.
whoa!
I'm sorry, guys. I have to do this. Merrick looks up and suddenly says, "Oh, everything makes sense now."
A lot does make sense.
I love this voice mod. All right. Let's keep going. We got to get this thing done.
As soon as I said let's go, I just started walking. So.
I'm guessing people get up and follow.
Mm-hmm. Definitely clean up first, but yeah.
Bali takes kind of a middle point. Not quite the back, but not quite the front.
What is he like? Is he just in scraps? Like he doesn't even have armor on?
Yeah, he literally is shirtless. Very well-toned, muscular, tattoos, but he's just got literally like pants on, no shoes, and he's got the weapons that he's got kind of like strapped to his side and his back at the moment.
I'd offer him my old armor, but I don't think a 5-foot person's women's outfit would fit him.
Probably not.
Since it's not concentration and it doesn't end if I cast it again, I'm going to give him mage armor.
All right.
It gives him 3 more AC at the very least, you know?
Mm-hmm. He kind of like touches shoulder, feel the magic kind of over him. And thank you.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do for now. I don't want you to die after we just rescued you.
No, I appreciate it. And once I can figure out where we're at, I might be able to help lead us to where we need to go. I mean, we did a lot of wandering and just kind of guesswork on where we had to go. But I think if I can find some place that's familiar, you can looking around, looking at the hallways, I might be able to help us get there quickly, maybe safely even.
Well, sounds good to me.
And my map.
I'm sorry, I forgot to write down the items that we got. He has the longsword. It was a spear and what else?
Longsword, spear, and a battle axe.
That is correct.
Does anyone need a spear or a battle axe?
Take that as a no.
Absentmindedly sheathing and unsheathing his new tentacle whip.
Wait, this is terrible.
That is haunting.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that on my mind.
I
want
to burn it.
Shioran sees it and she turns to her side and goes, "Ugh."
I kind of want to incinerate it, actually. That sounds better. No, just...
You guys walk forward. Who is in front? I should ask. Okay. Red Retribution is in front. Who's behind Red?
I'll stay in the middle, I think.
Okay.
I think because of his fascination, Torque is trailing behind.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle, too.
Merrick's probably going to go to the end just because he's magey and squishy. But he has reach to get to the front if he needs to with magic, so he'll stay in the back.
Alright. So, Shioran and honestly, probably then it leaves Shauna. Probably be up closer towards where...
I'll be up closer to the lodge.
Alright.
What was that?
So Rhett and Shauna are up front.
Hmm.
And the rest of you kind of in the middle towards with Merrick and Torque trailing behind. You guys are moving through the hallways, and it's getting deeper in. Some of it slants sideways, and you walk for probably a good 2 minutes before you come to anything else but more hallway. Now it is, you see on the right there is a doorway, and you see on the left there is a small alcove with what looks to be a black statue. Doesn't seem to have any features to it whatsoever. It just seems to be all just solid black. And there is some rubble on the kind of like around the perimeter of the statue, just like pieces of stone. So that's what you see, and then the hallway continues.
Does anyone know what this is made of? That's odd.
You walk up to the statue, you look up. It looks almost kind of shiny, but it looks probably somewhat humanoid. Seems like it has a head, shoulders, and like arms, but there's no features to it. It's just kind of blank, almost shiny black.
I'll use my newfound intellect and do a nature check on the stone to see what kind of stone it is.
Go for it.
21.
21.
I never used to be able to get above 20. This is cool.
Walk up to it, and you're kind of looking it over. You're thinking back on all of the books you read, and you're kind of like fascinated. They're like, oh shit, I actually read that book. I totally forgot I read that book. And you're limitless-ing this. And it looks like it might be obsidian, but it looks almost too smooth. Like there's not those shifting ridges that are normal. That's normal to obsidian, because normally you can't shape it very well because it's a very brittle stone.
Is there a chance that it could be a magically shapened?
You're not sure. There's no evidence to tell that. Just that it. You could take a guess at that. That it seems to be very well done. There doesn't seem to be any natural cuts to it.
What did
I deduce that this could be obsidian.
what did Torque make that club out of?
I made the club out of the kind of blackish, crystalline kind of bone from the goblinoid thing.
The obsidian-like stone.
Similar?
The bone looks closer to actual obsidian, as it has kind of those ridges and faults to it.
By the way, did I get that back when he took the longsword?
Yeah, you give that back.
I'm just gonna fist bump the statue and move on.
All right. So, right as
Go, Angelo.
You fist bump, and as you go to move forward, you feel something move on the statue, and the black of the statue starts to melt and falls towards you, and you realize that this was something on the statue.
Oh
and
no,
it's
the
black. Is a black ooze that is just covering you at this point. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on!
Dexterity, not good for me. Oh wait, I got a +4, so that helped. Let's see. Will I roll well? I will not. It's a 12.
Yeah, you are covered by this thing.
Prestidigitation. I cannot cast it, but someone can.
Can I?
Since I was going to fist bump it and just keep walking, can I still do that even though it falls on me? Like I just keep going in the direction that I was going before?
I mean, you're slightly forward, but this thing engulfed you immediately
Okay.
when you did that. Let's see.
I was hoping I could just keep moving with it engulfing me.
All right, so you take.
We can't go 1 fucking minute without something getting inside one of us or fucking us getting inside something else. This is fucked, guys.
We're a very sexual people.
I mean, Torque is tentacly now.
Yeah. He has a slit. You know what they say.
Now Torque has 2 sheets.
Somehow.
You take 10 points of acid damage
Okay.
as you guys see this black ooze-like substance that before seemed to be solid matter, just all of a sudden liquefied the moment she touched it and just consumed them. And they are completely out of view of the rest of you. This thing consumes them completely.
Would I know if guiding bolt or not guiding bolt, frostbite, casting frostbite on it would harm retribution?
You're not sure. We'll roll the initiative real quick though.
Okay.
Won't need a battle map for this. It's just kind of imagination at this point, just to see where people can go.
Not bad.
Kale. Kale, what's your initiative?
Well, hold on, I'm gonna change the music.
Might be muted.
I think he is.
Once again? Yep, he's muted.
Sorry, what was the question?
Initiative.
Initiative. Got it. Sorry, gotta. Advantage on all initiative rolls. That is a 21.
Sharon.
15.
Merrick.
18.
Shauna.
19.
Retribution.
Also a 19.
And Torque.
16.
All right. Retribution
what
or
a
Shauna?
volley.
Retribution or Shauna? Do you just want to decide who goes, or do you want to do rollies?
I mean,
You can
Shauna
go
probably
first.
has a higher dex than me.
Take Shauna going first. Then we will start. Kale, you are up first.
Quick question: did you roll for volley?
Yes, it did.
Okay. To make a check.
Okay. So let's see here. Don't want to go all out on this thing, or I think I'm just going to start with like a guiding bolt.
Go for it.
Now that I'm hearing this as battle music, I'm thinking it's not
That is a 21 to hit.
a fit.
21 to hit. Yes, you definitely hit. And before you do the damage, Retribution, what on you, armor weapon wise, is non-magical?
Non-magical?
Mm-hmm.
I think everything except for my
You gonna come out of this naked?
except for my okay, wait. Is my vengeance blade technically magical? Yeah, I know.
Is that the one
Don't
from
you-
your
Don't you have adamantine armor?
from your backstory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also have the amulet of the devout, which is magical.
So, for this, your armor takes a permanent -1 penalty to its AC. Once the bonus that you get from your AC from the armor goes to 0, it is completely destroyed.
Hmm.
AC 17. Cool.
So, what kind of armor do you wear?
Plate.
Okay. So you get a little bit before it dissolves it completely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Continue with your attack, Gale.
Alright, so rolling damage, no. That's why I don't do it on the site, because it's slow as shit. 14 damage.
So, Retribution, you take 7 of that.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
As the blast kind of hits and you see part of it get blasted away, but Retribution seems to kind of see her take the damage a little bit too.
Sorry in advance, but I had to hit it.
I can't say anything as I'm covered in black slime.
I'm hoping you heard me.
Here's to hoping. Anything else, Kale?
Nope. On my
Uh,
fourth character.
let's see here. I don't have anything that is leveled as a bonus action, so I can't do. Oh well, I can inspire. Can I inspire? Retribution.
You just said you can't hear him, so I'd say no.
You can inspire someone else
Okay.
in hopes of helping me.
Okay. That can hear me. Got it. I'm going to inspire. Inspire Shiorn.
Yay.
Alright. Shauna's a D6. Shauna.
So, is like this thing when it went on Retribution, did it like form like a lycra slick like to their body, or like
It's
did
just
it like
it's just a pile of goo, and it's roughly the height of Retribution.
so I could potentially hit the goo and not the Retribution?
You can attempt to, but your attack will be a disadvantage.
Go for it. No, I can't say that.
However, since I did hit it with Guiding Bolt,
True. So you would be able to roll normally to attempt to hit it without hitting Retribution.
Okay, that is what I shall do. Now, Retribution is within 5 feet of it, correct?
Like that bitch.
Technically, yes. Technically, yes. What are you using to attack it?
My blade.
Your fan, or
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, V, make sure your mic is fully plugged in because you got a bit of a crackly going.
It is. It's because I think my headphones are finally going.
Ah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not so bad that we can't really
Okay,
deal
that
with
was
it, though.
good. That was good. That's 26 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
Yep. Roll your damage.
That is a 13.
Anyone mind if I name this "We're
Slashing.
Professional Adventurers"?
What was the damage? Sorry.
13 slashing damage.
All right. So as you slice down with the bladed fan, you see it cut into the black ooze that covers Retribution, and you see it slide through and it splits, but then it just forms back up, and it seems to have taken no damage. And your weapon, since it is non-magical, takes a -1 penalty to its attack, as the acidic nature of this thing burns away and starts to corrode your weapon.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
And it actually splashes back at you for hitting it, and you take 4 points of acid damage.
Okay. Well, I'm about fucking useless. I will panic and
Oh no, your new girlfriend.
I will try to I'll try to like punch it off.
Go for it. This one will be a disadvantage since it's only the first attack after Guiding Bolt.
this is why you need a cup. Just take a cup and just
I'm sorry, I fucking uppercutted the fuck out of you, my dude. I'm sorry. Fucking natural one, and the other one was a 2. It was not gonna be good either way.
So you go to try to hit it, but you realize at the last second you are going to hit Retribution, and you go sideways, and you bring your arm up and around instead of hitting it, and you just crack your knuckle on the back of this statue, and your arm is just aching now. You got nice skin knuckles.
Awesome. Great. Love that for me.
So your bonus action if you want to again.
Yeah. I don't suppose I could try to bonus action pull it off.
Fortunately, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, I am just gonna look at my brother like I am completely fucking, I can't beat it up.
Can I like shrug? Like, the
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just be lucky I didn't throw the non-Newtonian sludge at you guys.
I love that one.
Love
That's so
that
cool.
thing- love that thing so much.
That's a
It's
pretty
so
cool idea.
cool.
Non-Newtonian. So what happens when
Yeah.
you hit it?
The
That one
harder
is a
you
crit.
hit, the
You have to
harder
hit.
it is to hit.
Yeah, you have to hit
Yeah.
lower to
In the
actually hit it.
AC. Yeah. And that one is a crit.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been
Funnily enough-
great! That would have been fucking great! What are you talking about?
Funnily enough, we talked about that in like some of my other games like last month. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Is that it for your turn then, Shauna?
Yeah, unless
Alright.
I could bonus action intimidate.
Fortunately, you're not really sure if that would really work, but you can you can say whatever you want to it.
Listen, you fucking black slimy fuck! Get off my cinnamon red hot! I was saving that for later!
The mass that is the ooze and your cinnamon red hot wiggles. It's about that much response as you get out of it.
I have an idea.
Man, if only she could hear.
Retribution. It is
So glad
your
she did
turn.
not.
Okay, so whenever Shauna sliced the thing open, can I see out of it at all anymore? Or did it
You
close
didn't. It wasn't like near
Never?
your face. She was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to
Okay.
cut away from you. But you do
Damn.
take 8 more points of acid damage.
Okay. Because I can't Misty Step away if I can't see.
Wonder if it's like, if it's water,
Um,
if you could like control water it, that'd be hilarious.
Okay, so let's see.
And your armor does take another -1.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, it wouldn't matter. I don't have it on my spell sheet right now.
Can I like move and stuff?
Yeah, I mean you're not pinned down. You're not really like restrained or anything. It's just going to take you a action to try to get away from it.
All right, well I'll try.
All right, make a athletics check for me.
Okay. Let me do my armor really quick. 16 now. Because I've been dissolved by slime. Athletics check. Oh, hot. Natural 20, of course. Okay. 25.
25. Yeah, you're easily able to like, and it just kind of splatters everywhere. People are gonna like throw their arms up so they don't get hit by the.
I
the
very
sticks.
calmly walk out of the slime and just like continue on the way I was going.
As like you see bits of their skin just their armor is starting to like dissolve in places. There's holes and parts of it look like it's getting like holes dug into them. part of their hair is starting to actually like sizzle and dissolve, and they just kind of walk out after calmly shredding their way out of this thing as it quickly reforms outside. Do you actually move out of its attack range?
Yeah.
All right. It will take a swipe at you as you go to leave. That is going to be 24 to hit you.
Yeah, it does. Surprisingly. After all the damage it did to my armor.
Which is about to do another -1 to your armor, hitting you now.
Yeah. I was gonna have to get new armor anyways. I don't want a 16 armor class.
And I'm over here with 15, just glad not to have 11.
Well, I'm at 15 now.
That one, as you are going away from it, it smacks you with this like tendril. It kind of grows out, this pseudopod, if you will, and smacks you across the torso, and it kind of like wraps around you, not enough to like grab you back, but it wraps around your chest and around your arm, and you take 24 points of acid damage along with the -1 to your armor as it and the pseudopod dissolves quickly after it does smack you, but it is a hard hit. But that is still your turn.
Continue walking like nothing happened.
Yep, you just kind of and then just keep going. You're not outside of its attack range. Anything else for your turn, Retribution?
It's gonna leave.
So Retribution just takes your 30 feet and just keep going. Merrick.
Ooh. I will, for fear of getting close to it, keep my distance. About how far away from it am I, what do you think?
You were near the back and they were near the front, so I'd say probably about 20-25 feet.
I'm going to back up just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my full 30 feet.
Okay. A little bit more than a little, but yeah.
And I will firebolt it.
Go for it. Make an attack roll. What's your bonus to attack?
9.
All right. As long as you don't roll a natural 1.
I did not roll a natural 1.
Then
I
you
rolled
hit.
4.
Yeah.
That's going to be, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of fire damage.
That seems to take fully, and parts of this thing just kind of sizzle away out of the ground as the fire catches onto its side.
But it did take fully?
Yep.
I will then quicken spell a Scorching Ray at base level, so second level.
3 attacks.
I rolled a 5, a 6, and a 17.
All hit. And that's without the modifier, right?
Without the modifier.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
yeah.
so long as I don't roll a nat 1, I'll hit it.
Yeah. This thing does not seem to have a lot of self-preservation.
So that's going to be 10 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
9 for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And a 12 for the third.
Alright, so 3 more big blasts of fires. Dum, 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 dum. And this thing is starting to dissolve away. Still plenty of it left, but it is definitely a big chunk of it has been burned away. Anything else, Merrick?
No, that'll be my...
Torque.
Okay, so he's within 40 feet of this thing, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so he's just gonna run up and he's gonna start chomping into it with his teeth.
Jello.
All right, go for it.
That is a 17 and a 19 to hit.
And both of them hit.
My teeth are magical thanks to my insignia of claw.
All right. I was going to say, you're about to take permanent damage to your teeth.
It's just melting away the plaque.
You do still take
Good cleaning.
5 points of acid damage.
No need to go to the dentist.
Actually, question. Because my blade is a Kinsei weapon, my Kinsei weapons are technically magical for the point of hitting.
Okay, then it didn't take the point then. If it.
Someone's
Alright,
phone is
that
buzzing.
is a
It's mine.
8 and a 7 damage. Piercing. Magical.
All right. 8 and 7. All right, so you chomp into it twice with your bite. You kind of open your mouth and it's still like smoke's billowing out of Torque's mouth as your teeth are fine, but the inside of your mouth is still burning and
Spicy.
beyond spicy. Your tongue at this point, until you get like legitimate healing, you've lost the ability to taste anything.
Hell no, you got the COVID.
You've burned away any taste buds you ever had.
The COVID sign.
That just means when I get the healing, I've got a whole new world of flavor.
Actually, yeah, I guess so.
Anything else, Tark?
The only thing he would want to do is kind of toss his Zihawa away from him so that it's not on him if he gets grabbed.
Okay.
Other than that, no, I'm good.
All right, Shioran.
Well, now that it's not really attached to anyone, I'm going to cast, where'd it go? There it is. Frostbite on it. 15 con saving throw.
What was the ruling on your cold damage stuff?
The feat?
The ability. Yeah, the feat.
It's no resistances. It doesn't say anything about or excuse me, the resistance. It overcomes resistances, but if it's
I just wanted to verify that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Continue with your attack.
Okay. So con 15 saving throw.
All right. That'll be a natural 20 for 23.
Yeah, that doesn't work then.
You see, you try to attach the ice to it, but its form is too fluid and moving, and the cold just doesn't catch. Anything else, Shoran?
Not much else I can do. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm looking to see what I can do. Healing word is the touch one, correct? No, that's the long distance one. Yeah, I think the best thing I can do is... Yeah, I'm gonna do a healing word on Retribution.
Go for it.
So that'll be what's 1d4 plus another d4 with my sickle. That's 4 plus 3, so she gets 6 healing.
Sweet.
All right. Are you gonna stay where you're at, Shoran?
I'm gonna definitely move away from it.
All right.
Because I don't need to lose my one-of-a-kind armor that most people on the surface can't make.
Noted. It is now its turn, and since Torque, you're the last one to touch it, it's gonna attack you. You didn't reckless at all, did you?
No.
16.
18 AC, baby.
Alright, so it tries to lash out with another pseudopod, but you're able to kind of duck out of the way as it, kind of this sloshy black ooze just over your head. But that is about all it does. Is it just kind of sits there and wriggles around. Back to Kale.
Okay.
Did Bolly
well-
go?
Oh yeah, Bolly. Sorry, he goes right before the black pudding. Forget about that. Bolly is going to actually stay back as he is seeing what this is doing to weapons.
Yeah, I would have.
He's
I
kinda
would have
like,
actually said that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be very effective right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's not to damage the weapon.
or the person.
Yeah. It'll still be Kale's turn.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to I'm going to mock the ooze.
Is that vicious mockery?
Yes. It does not technically need to understand what I'm saying. But the question is, can it hear me?
Technically, yeah.
Okay, so I will mock it. I will say, it's like, hey, listen to my sister, you oozy fuck.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, wisdom save.
It rolled a 2, so 0.
Okay, so it takes 2d4 damage. And it takes 6 damage.
So, I'm not sure how you would see this, but you guys see this happen as an ooze, like, kind of deflates and seems more pathetic.
Take that, you bitch.
That fucker.
You have successfully insulted some sort of animate liquid. Good job.
And as a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
And you see Kale cast grabs his holy symbol, and out of it comes a giant frying pan.
Giant frying pan. Make your attack roll.
And as it does that, can I like make it almost like a golf swing, so it's trying to like grab some of the ooze up with it?
Sure.
Okay. That is a natural 19 for a 20-something.
Oh yeah, easily ahead.
Yeah.
Make your damage with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. Is 8 damage.
8 damage. So this giant celestial frying pan appears and comes swinging in and catches a big portion of this thing, and now there is a portion of it just kind of like sizzling in the celestial frying pan. I think it does a couple of one of those like flips of the flip.
Yeah,
in the pancake.
thickening a sauce.
Yeah. Is that it for you, Kale?
Yes, that's it.
Shauna. There's not much of this creature left.
Yeah. I'm gonna punch it.
Punch it.
Yeah. I don't get disadvantage because thing's not in there.
Correct.
anymore.
Yep.
No, is anybody within 5 feet of it?
Torque is, so you can flank it.
Okay, cool. Excellent. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
And that is gonna be... I love it when I roll max damage, except for the math. 16.
So you yourself take 8 points of acid damage, but how do you want to end this thing with your fist?
Okay, I know I said I was using my fist, but I actually want to use my foot.
That's fine.
I take 8 damage, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna pound it with my foot, and then once it's dead, I'm still just gonna like continue to stomp it, and I'm just gonna be like, stay down, you slimy fuck!
I think Shauna needs to take some barbarian levels.
Barbarian monk would be interesting.
She's already rogue monk.
I would like
Monk
to
barbarian.
calmly rage.
I mean, hey, it would fit with the other sibling that's also triple multi-class, so...
True.
This is true.
I have a plan, though. I have a plan, guys. I have a plan.
I don't.
But yeah, Shauna goes and just stomps this thing into oblivion. It's just splattering the walls now. There's just slight steam coming off of the walls. And Shauna herself, as it just acid burning away, but this slowly dies away. And this thing
Just
is no
full
longer...
on fuck your couch mode, huh?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like turn the frying pan over. What's in there is just gonna like go down like a hole or something.
It just kind of
I'm
slaps
still
to the
stomping
ground
on it, like, fuck you and your mom and your sister and your job and your...
You break out into song.
And yeah, finally it's calm, and the statue is now visible, but it is cleanly eaten away at its features, and it is just solid marble, in just the vague shape of a humanoid.
If anybody wondered where Michelangelo's penis went,
it was the black pudding.
I'm gonna go over to Shauna and say, Shauna, can I see your weapon for a moment?
Her weapon's actually fine. Her weapon's fine because she's the Kensei monk.
Oh,
and so
okay.
she's able to make them magical.
Did anyone else have anything besides retribution? Anything acidified?
Nope.
All right.
The only thing that got burned on Torque was his tongue.
Yeah. I'm going to go
By
up
the way,
run
quick
up
question, DM.
Yes.
As a marsh dweller, would Torque have any knowledge of what the fuck this shit is?
Make a nature check.
All right.
I'm gonna run up to
Not terrible. 19.
19. You have heard of oozes such as this. You don't have. You can guess at what this is. Is it some sort of black pudding, possibly? And they are very acidic and tend to actually stick away from water, as they are less mobile in water, and it dilutes their acidicness. But
Cool.
they are very dangerous creatures. Shorin, yeah, you go over to Rhett, you said?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
before you come over to me, Scott, can you answer the text I sent you?
Yeah, 1 second.
As you deal with that, Torque will just kind of look at it.
Cold pudding, not sweet.
Yeah, you'd think you'd learn about, testing shit out with your mouth.
Tell that to
Tongue,
birds.
Most sensitive. Best
Miracle
tactile response.
Miracle go up to Torque and be like, open your mouth and say ah.
It is a horror show in there. Teeth, nice and pearly white, but everything is just red and boiled, and just it looks nasty in there.
Right.
He will pop open a potion of healing and pour it on his tongue and tell him to gargle it and swish it around.
You
So
gargle it up, take the healing if you need it. This is a normal, so it's 2d4 plus 2. And it definitely soothes the pain. The searing, pulsing pain in your mouth does ebb away, but as you kind of like feel around your mouth, it still feels a little off.
that first D4 was a straight 4, so I mean that already beats the 5 points I took.
Yeah.
So can I go up to Retribution now?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna run up to Retribution and slap my hand on the back of her armor and cast Mending.
All right. So you're able to start the process. Unfortunately, her armor took a heavy dose of this acid, being engulfed in it and smacked by a big hit from it. And so that repairs a small tear. The armor still has not regained its armor.
I can do it as many times as I need to. It's a cantrip.
This would take you several hours to even start the process of getting it back to the way it was.
Right.
And there's even portions of where the armor is burned through that you're not sure if mending's really going to make it, because it is a small portion that it is able to mend, and it says it's a cantrip. There's limits to what it's actually capable of.
Okay.
So you can try to attempt to, but it's a long process.
That's not the right thing. It does say up to a foot.
Yep.
Or no larger than a foot in any dimension. So it's like
There's still a whole lot of it there.
But
I mean,
yeah.
Rhett's what, 6 feet?
6 feet tall over it.
Okay.
Right. Would she notice that?
Well, I mean, if Soren slapped me on the back, yeah, I'm gonna assume so.
That didn't do much apparently. So,
what are you doing?
Trying to mend your armor.
Did it work? I'm just
little.
gonna have to look at myself and say no.
A little, but I think I'm gonna need a lot longer to fix it.
Like look down at myself and be like, thanks for trying.
Yeah, I didn't want to, risk anything just because, damage to the armor.
A number of your, a bit of your gear is also partially dissolved, and none of it's like fully destroyed, but a lot of your gear is in tatters right now.
When we have time, I can continue trying to fix it as much as I can. I don't think I can fix the whole thing, but
I appreciate
at the very least, maybe I can make it durable enough to last until we get out of here.
That would be nice. And whenever Retribution like turns and is actually like talking to you, looking at you, you notice because like she usually wears like a big, thick black choker around their neck. And part of it is like dissolved away, and you can see like just like peaks of like a really nasty scar that's on their neck.
Shuren, her eyes open wide for a moment, and like a gasp almost escapes, but she tries to avoid it. Like she immediately tries to shut it down.
And as you're over there trying to hide whatever surprise it is that you had at that, and try to help mend whatever gear that was destroyed or damaged, and at the moment Kale is trying to hold his sister back from continuing to curb stomp this stain into the ground.
I don't think he's trying to hold her back. He's just indulging in this. He's just kind of like.
So as Shauna is finishing up her curb stomp of the stain, and Shioran is over helping Retribution, Bali comes over and kind of looks at the mess and says, "That is a small taste of the dangers that we're going to face down here. So I would be careful what you touch."
Well, I mean, Torque knows exactly what it tastes like, so.
Harsh, licorice, and burning.
That doesn't sound appetizing.
I should have done drugs.
Acquire. Taste.
Done drugs.
Looks at you. Would you recommend it?
Drugs?
You've been with us
Absolutely.
for about 20 minutes.
Palate cleanser.
That's one thing to call it.
Drugs, the ultimate palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you have the hallway in front of you, the doorway that's still there on the opposite side of the statue, I think we're going to call it there and let this session come to a chaotic end.
Merciful end.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Nah, it's fine.
We all know you didn't mean it that way.
Oh god. What did I say I was gonna call this session?
Not that.
We're professional adventurers.
Yes, that one.
Oopsie.
What?
Slip of the tongue.
And then in parentheses, black
Okay,
ooze.
but slip of the tongue really captures Torque's best.
Oh
moments
yeah,
in this.
that too. Yeah, when you licked the snake.
A slip of the tongue. I actually kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Slip
I
of the
guess
tongue
very,
should be
very
the name.
appropriate.
I think we need to figure out some good little shenanigans happen here thing with some Creative Commons music, so we could like replace that with this, and then
Probably a good idea.
Just replace that with like the whoopsie like sound effect.
I can probably do something like that, yeah. Alright. So I almost don't feel like showing myself like I normally do. God.
You'd go to someone else's face right now.
Yep.
you'll be okay.
Oh, that's right, I have to do this thing. Remending.
Just remember, we should probably edit that out.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
Yeah, please.
Alright, so if you watch this on YouTube, go ahead and give a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitch. I'm really reeling from myself. Okay.
If you watch this live, we apologize.
Yes.
We're so sorry. It's not like the people on YouTube who say we're not sorry. We are.
Pupper.
Oh boy.
Okay, as I was saying, if you enjoyed that, go ahead and give a like, follow. If you watch this on YouTube, give me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Everything that YouTube and Twitch wants you to do to show support as much as you're comfortable with. I'll be back. Actually, I don't even know if I'll be back Sunday or not. Either way, I'll definitely be back Monday to play more Tales of Berseria. And at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all I got to do. Yes, thank you. Alright, anyone have a person they'd rather I Brain, why?
Raid.
Raid, that's the word, yes.
I got Lex
I don't.
up and also Astute Biscuit, who's we've raided a few times before.
Yeah, I see Astute Biscuit. You said, who was the other one?
Lexish 30.
Do you have a preference?
I don't know, what do you guys think Send our people to Valheim or to Dark Souls?
Dark Souls. Considering
That
what we
would be
just went through.
biscuit.
Souls.
Alright, that would be a stewed biscuit.
Indeed it would.
Chrome, why are you being a
Those
problem?
of you who are here, tell your friends. We have pupper content on occasion. Follow for the pupper.
Pupper! Okay. I fixed that. Alright, the raid has begun, and we will be out in a moment. Have a good night, everyone, or day, or whatever time you're watching this. We'll see you in the next stream.
Peace out.
And raiding now.